time for Orem Owlz baseball on 960 AM The Zone. The back-to-back Pioneer League champions have teamed up with the #1 sports station in Utah County. A match made in sports heaven. Catch the Owls all season long on 960 AM The Zone. Pre-game starts at 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 4 p.m. on Sunday. For a complete game and broadcast schedule, just log on to owlsbaseball.com. Now let's go live to the stadium with Owls broadcaster Brandon Godden.
Welcome to McDermott Field, everybody. Hopefully, tonight will be a lot better than last night. On our nation's Independence Day, the Orem Owls got waxed here at McDermott Field. Idaho Falls jumping out to a 10-0 lead. The Owls getting only one hit in the entire ball game. Coming in the 7th inning, P.J. Phillips finally got the first hit, and runs scored for the Owls and an RBI double in the left center field gap. The Owls would add an unearned run in the top of the ninth, but get no closer, losing 10-2, and that was the second game in a row that the Owls have given up 10 runs to these Chukars, and losing 2 in a row. Now we find ourselves a game behind them in the Pioneer League South at 9-6. Idaho Falls 10-5. The Casper Rockies did pull out the second straight win over the Ogden Raptors, dropping them below 500 at 7-8. And they're now 3 games back of Idaho Falls, 2 games back of your Orem club, and then the Casper Rockies now 4-11, 6 games back of the division leaders, the Chukars of Idaho Falls. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by La Hacienda Imports. La Hacienda Imports is your one-stop shop for furniture at 858 South State Street. They do it all, folks. They custom build. They sell bedroom sets, armoires, TV centers, dining room sets. Visit them online at lahaciendaimports.com. Be sure that when you go in there to mention this ad for a discount, you get a special discount on your furniture if you mention that you heard this broadcast with the Orem Owls on AM 960, The Zone. So leading off tonight for the Owls will be Abel Nieves, the second baseman, and we're already firing the first pitch as Blake Wood, number 41, the right-hander for the Chukars. It's outside, 1-0. Behind Nieves will be P.J. Phillips and Scott Kanazik, who's DHing, as the 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. You'll notice as I go through this that there's a lot of changes in this lineup tonight. Manager Tom Kochman not happy with the outcome the past couple of nights. And the offense, needless to say, over the past 4 or 5 games, very sparse. The 2-0 coming, outside 3-0 to Nieves from Wood. So Johnson cleaning up, and instead of DHing, he's in left field, his first defensive appearance for the Owls this season. Chris Pettit in center field, Borges not playing tonight. Doug Reinhardt at third base. As a 3-0's right in there, 3-1. The bottom 3, Ricky Bambino, Brooks Schenkel, and Darryl Sales, who was the cleanup hitter for the majority at the beginning of the season, now finding himself in the 9th slot. 3-1 coming. That one's fouled back and out of play. A full count to Nieves after having it at 3-0. It's now 3-2. Defensively for the Chukars, Brett Bigler in left, Joe Dickerson in center, Odie, Oscar D. Gonzalez in right. Here comes the payoff pitch called strike 3. Nieves kept his bat on the shoulders, and there's one man out. Third to first on the infield for the Chukars, Brendan Herrera, Gilbert Gill, Mark Maddox up the middle, Luis Castillo at first behind the plate, Todd Baldiff, we saw him 3 nights ago in Orem and on the mound. Number 41, Blake Wood, he's retired Nieves, and the batter now is P.J. Phillips. Playing shortstop, as I said, Ryan Mount and Peter Borges both out of the lineup tonight. So is Gordy Gronkowski, Schenkel at first. And we've seen the past couple of nights Phillips get moved over to short in the late innings to play defense. He'll be there for the start of the game tonight. The 0-1. Phillips with a little check swing. They check down to Jason Kamitsky, the base umpire. He signals safe, a 1-1 count. Here comes Woods 1-1. This one's grounded weakly to the right side. Charging, picking up and firing is Mark Maddox, the second baseman. 4-3 on the putout. And with 2 men out and nobody on, the batter will be Scott Kanazik, the DH. So Kanazik not catching tonight. Bambino playing behind the plate, batting 7th. Kanazik in the DH role, and Johnson, as I said, still cleaning up, but now actually playing in left field rather than just being the designated hitter. First ball, fastball, right in there, 0-1. Kanazik on the season, 13 for 48. That's good for 271. And 4 RBIs. The 0-1 pitch is upstairs, 1-1. So this right-hander, as the 1-1 pitch comes, a little bit low, 2-1. So Wood working quickly here so far in the first. Nieves with a strikeout. Phillips grounding out, and Kanazik a 2-1 pitch. Bases cleared here in the top of the first. Thank you for joining us. Brandon Gaudin coming live at you from McDermott Field in Idaho Falls, as that one high inside fastball hit off the bat. And an unlucky strike for the batter, Kanazik. Had he kept his shoulder leaned in there, it would have plunked him right in the arm. So now the count's 2-2, and here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one's hit pretty high and deep to right field. Going back is Odie Gonzalez. He's at the track at the wall, leaps up and can't come up with it. It's off the wall. Kanazik's going to round second and head for third as the center fielder Dickerson has to come all the way over and field it. He fires it in as Scott Kanazik has a stand-up triple. So we get our first hit in the first inning tonight versus waiting till the seventh. Runner at third, first run 90 feet away, but there are 2 men out. Kanazik belted that to right field. Odie Gonzalez went back and kept chasing it, and he leaped on the track just shy of the wall, and it went right over his glove and hit off the base of the wall. He fell down. The ball came back in a ways, and Gonzalez had trouble getting up, and the center fielder Dickerson had to come all the way over and field it and throw it back into the infield. And running with catcher speed, Kanazik gets all the way to third. Here's Johnson, first pitch to him. He's fouling it down the left side and in to the Chukars dugout, 0-1. And I'm still waiting to eat my Chuck Patty. That's what they call the chicken sandwich here. Pretty excited for this next commercial break, but hopefully we can get a run in there first. Wood checking Kanazik and firing home. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on the cleanup hitter. Yesterday, no hits for Johnson, but the two games prior, as I said yesterday, a couple of long solo shots, his first 2 of the year. And the 1-1 pitch coming inside, 2-1. Johnson's going to claim it hit him on the elbow. He's showing the home plate umpire, Joel Hospatka, a scratch on his elbow. This crowd letting Johnson hear it. Hospatka shakes his head and says, no, that didn't get you. So it's just a high inside fastball that misses, 2-1. And Johnson will stand back in there. Wood firing. Here we go. Upstairs, 3-1. Chris Pettit in the 5th slot tonight. And for the first time on the season in center field, Peter Borges. Absent on the lineup card this evening. Here comes the 3-1. Foul back to the screen, 3-2. Johnson, of course, the player that came to us from Cedar Rapids, our low A affiliate in the Anaheim Angels organization, or Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, I hate to say that, it's a mouthful, was struggling there, so they sent him down to Orem, and since coming down here, he's been red hot. There's the 3-2 coming. That one's upstairs. He'll take a free pass. But speaking on Johnson, the man trotting down to first base with a full count walk. 13 for 35, good for 371, those 2 homers and 9 RBIs. And now he stands at first with a free pass, and the runners are on the corners. Kanazik still at third with his triple. And Bautista, the pitching coach, is out pretty early to have a word here with Blake Wood. Thank you for joining us, listening to Orem Owlz Baseball on AM 960 KOVO Provo. Brandon Gaudin coming to you live from McDermott Field for the second of 3 games, the 5th game in a row that we've seen these Chukars of Idaho Falls. Owls winning the first 2, and then Idaho Falls getting the final game at home in Orem before winning here last night in big-time fashion, 10-2. So Chris Pettit will be the batter, the center fielder so far for Pettit on the young season, 7 for 29, 241. Does have 6 RBIs. The first pitch coming from Wood is low and outside. 1-0. Pettit stands back in there. Puts his right foot at the very back of the box on the chalk that borders the outside as the toss goes to first to see if Johnson's going to be moving. Nothing doing there. He hops back in easily. And his right foot very far forward towards the plate and the left foot out a little bit. A slightly open stance. The 1-0 pitch is a called strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Yesterday in the first, the Chukars got on the board in the bottom half. See if the Owls can't strike first here. We have been behind in every game that we've played this team, all 4 so far. Tyler Johnson is going, and this one's looped into shallow right field. Coming in is Gonzalez. Back is Maddox, and it drops. a single, an RBI single for Chris Pettit. And the Owls do have a 1-0 lead. For the first time against these Chukars so far this season, we've jumped on the board first. It's a bloop RBI single to right field by Chris Pettit, who was definitely helped by the fact that Johnson was moving from first to second, because that brought the second baseman Mark Maddox charging towards the bag to cover it. And then Pettit just looped it into shallow right field. Had Maddox not been sprinting to second to cover for Johnson, he may have had that ball in shallow right. But it drops. It's a hit. The runners are at the corners, and the batter is Doug Reinhardt. Third baseman tonight, batting in the sixth slot from Laguna Beach, California. And he's got an 0-1 count on him. Fastball right by him. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball. Ooh, looks good, but must have missed a little bit upstairs, according to Hospotka, calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. And we're even at 1-1 with 2 men out in the top of the first. The Owls having a 1-0 lead. Blake Wood comes set. Checks his runners and fires home, and fouling it back to the screen. 1-2 on Reinhardt. Should Reinhardt reach, another change in the order. Ricky Bambino getting the start tonight in the catcher's slot behind home plate. Reinhardt digs back in. He's ready, so is Wood. And a 1-2 pitch. Outside. Good job by Balda. Number 33, the catcher, to slide over and stop that one. If that gets to the backstop, it means another run in and a runner on second base for the Owls. Manager Tom Kochman actually had one version of his lineup made up and then changed it about a half hour prior to game time. 2-2 high, 3-2, full count to Reinhardt. A walk would load him. Still 2 men out. All of this coming after Nieves striking out and Phillips grounding out to Maddox at second to start this inning. Then a triple by Kanazik, the walk to Johnson, and the bloop single by Pettit. The full count pitch is high and outside. He walked him. So Wood struggling. And his third baseman, Brennan Herrera, is in to have a word with him. And the batter will be Ricky Bambino. Formal name Richard, by the way. And yes, his last name is Bambino. Searching for just his second hit on the season. He's 1 for 15. Is Ricky. 5 strikeouts. He's walked once. Bats from the right side. Woods pitch with the bases juice. Called strike at the knees, 0-1. Same 2 teams tomorrow night to wrap up the series at 7:15. We'll go live again on 960 at 7:10, 5 minutes prior to the first pitch. As Wood comes set, and now he's firing to Bambino. That one missed upstairs, brought ball up out of the crouch, 1-1. Johnson at third. Pettit at second. Doug Reinhardt, who just walked at first. Owls leading at 1-0. In the top of the first frame. Here comes Woods' 1-1 pitch. This one's hit to right field high, but not deep enough. Back about 10 feet shy of the track along the line is Odie Gonzalez. And just getting under that one, sending it to the other way is Bambino. So the Owls leave them juiced. But we didn't strike first tonight, 1-0. And the Chukars coming to bat. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Thinking of adding that special touch to your yard? Something that will make a dramatic statement and add countless years of enjoyment? Then contact Awesome Waterfalls. Our craftsmen specialize in high-quality recreated rockwork and landscape designs of all shapes and sizes. While we're well known for our stunning waterfalls, we also remove pools, install vinyl and chain link fencing, sell topsoil, install sprinklers, and more, providing complete landscaping services for 20 years. Find out more at awesomewaterfalls.com.
Employers and employees are looking for the same thing, a good match. Adecco Employment Services provides qualified job applicants to businesses throughout the area. Our consultants match the best candidates to the best companies, saving both time and money. So whether you're looking for a great career or a great employee, call Adecco, the world's staffing leader. Find us in your yellow pages or give us a call at 801-764-9882. Adecco Employment Services. Chances are we already have the opening or the employee you're looking for.
Hi, this is Owlz broadcaster Brandon Gaudin. To get rid of our remaining commercial airtime, we are selling our final spots for as little as $15 a piece. For just $15, your company can reach everyone in Utah County on 960 AM. Call 377-BALL and ask for Media Relations to schedule your commercial airtime today. Or you can email radio@oremowls.com. That's 377-BALL, 377-2255, or radio@oremowls.com.
Going to the bottom of the first, taking a look at the second half of the La Hacienda Imports starting lineup. Defensively for your Owls, Tyler Johnson in left, Chris Pettit in center, Darryl Sells in right. I told you, the top half of the inning, this is a very unorthodox lineup, one that we definitely haven't seen. Third to first on the infield, Reinhardt, Phillips at short, Nieves at second, and Schenkel over at first. Trevor Bell on the mound, making his fourth start for the Orem club and throwing a first pitch strike over the outside corner to left fielder, Brett Bigler. And then Ricky Bambino behind the plate, Bell's battery mate. Here comes the 0-1 from Trevor. Called strike, breaking ball over the inside corner, 0-2. It'll be Bigler, Mark Maddox, and Jace Turner. Luis Castillo cleaning up. Joe Dickerson, Brennan Herrera behind him. 0-2, called strike 3 over the inside corner. And down goes Bigler. And locating 3 pitches very well is Trevor Bell. And Bigler kept the bat on his shoulder for all 3 of them. And the bottom 3 in the order for Idaho Falls: Odie Gonzalez, Gilbert Gill the shortstop, and Todd Balda the catcher. Trevor Bell from the wind, and the first pitch to Mark Maddox. Fouled back and out of play, 0-1. La Hacienda Imports, you can visit them online at lahaciendaimports.com. Go see them in person. If you're tired of that old blue couch that you've had since '62. And be sure that when you go in there, you mention this ad and you'll get a special discount. Called strike over the outside corner, and Bell has thrown 5 straight strikes here to start this one. 0-2 on Maddox. No relation to Greg. In fact, it's spelled differently. 0-2, just a bit outside and low, 1-2. Idaho Falls radio guy Stephen Davis just told me that the bad news is Idaho Falls is 5-1 when the other team scores a first run. But after the past 4 outings offensively, even though we won 2 of them, it's a good sign when you look up there and see at least one tally mark in the top half of the first. A 1-2 count still on Maddox. Trevor Bell getting set. He goes from the wind. And a 1-2 pitch. This one's hit into right center field and could be trouble. It is going to be trouble. It gets into the gap and rolls all the way to the wall. Maddox going to second. He will pull in there with a stand-up double. So the Owls got a 2-out triple in the top half of the inning. And Kanazic would come around to score to make it 1-0. They've got a 1-out double here in the bottom half. And for Maddox, that now his team-leading 7th double. 7 doubles on the season already for Mark Maddox, and this just being the 16th game of the season. He stands at second. Jace Turner, the batter. The DH in the third slot. So Bell contending with Maddox at second, going from the stretch and firing home. A fastball that caught the corner, 0-1. Turner just 9 hits and 48 attempts, 188 on the season. As Bell gets set coming into today, Bell 2-0 with a 2.81 ERA over those first 3 starts. As this one's grounded weakly to the right side, out of the outstretched arms of Bell, flipping quickly as Nieves to Schenkel as he was charging hard. Good play by the Owls' second baseman. Bell hopped off the rubber good and tried to get the high chopper as it rolled slowly, but he couldn't. Nieves charging hard, flipped it to Schenkel, and they got Turner by a step. 4-3, the runner Maddox does move over to third. So just like the Owls had a runner at third and 2 men out in the top half, that's what the Chukars have here, and the batter's Luis Castillo. First pitch is low. Bell misses with a fastball. I was saying 2-0 in his first 3 starts, 2.81 ERA, 16 innings pitched, gave up 14 hits, 5 runs, and struck out 10. So a good start, very good start to his year here at Orem for Trevor Bell, who pitched just a handful of games last year at Mesa after signing late, the supplemental first-round pick in last year's 2005 draft. The 2-0 coming. That one's a little bit low. 3-0 now to Castillo. Should he reach? Dickerson on deck. The 3-0 pitch coming. See if they give him a green light. They do. He hits it high to right field and fairly deep. Sales is back. He's at the track. He's at the wall, but he's got room. I wasn't worried because Sales never looked worried. He trotted back there and just waited for it. It was a high fly ball off the bat of Castillo, 5 more feet, and it was out of here. But he didn't get those 5 feet. So Bell gets out of the first with no damage done. We go to the second, leading at 1-0. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
It's time to stop the new car madness. No need to buy a new one. Take care of the car you have. Bring it to AMCO today and get a transmission fluid change for a special price of $49.95. We'll also give you our external diagnostic service free. Love the car you're with. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
Participating centers only, not available for vehicles with internal transmission problems. External diagnostic service includes road test fluid and external control check. Additional charges may apply to determine costs of internal repair required. $49.95 most vehicles. Expires December 31st.
Advanced Dental Care is your center of cosmetic and laser dentistry. Advanced Dental Care is where Doctors Michael and David Bennett specialize in the latest state-of-the-art procedures. With single-visit crown restoration, tooth-colored fillings, and the new Zoom 2 teeth whitening system, they bring tomorrow's dentistry today. Call for your appointment today at 375-1414.
Doctors Michael and David Bennett are the official team dentists and proud sponsors of Orem Owlz Baseball.
In baseball, the American dream is to make it to the big show and become a pro. Another American dream is to become a homeowner. It's easy. Give the pros at American Dream Mortgage a call. Whether it's your first home or just moving up to fit the family, American Dream Mortgage can get you into the game. Ask about debt consolidation plans, great rates, and low closing costs. Step up to the plate and call American Dream Mortgage at 227-5061. That's 227-5061. Get a home run and start living the American dream.
Brooks Schenkel, first pitch to him from Wood here in the top of the second is outside 1-0. Wood missing with a fastball. It will be Schenkel, Sales, and then back up to the top. The Owls sending 7 men to the plate in the first inning. The good news is we got a run. The bad news is maybe could have had more. We left them loaded with 2 men out as Bambino hit a long fly ball to right field. This is a broken bat, base hit into left field. We've had a lot of broken bats this year, haven't we? Asking Mark Burton up here in the press row with me, but a huge chunk of that bat went flying out in between the third baseman Herrera and the shortstop Gill as the soft line drive went into left field and a leadoff single by Brooks Schenkel. Broken bat or not, we'll take it. Schenkel on first and the batter, Darryl Sales. This pitcher, Wood, 6'4", 225, of course a righty. The 3rd-round draft pick for the Royals in 2006. A fastball misses inside. So a couple of very high draft picks. Of course, Trevor Bell, supplemental first round of last year. And then this, the 3rd-round pick, Blake Wood, for the Kansas City Royals this year in 2006. The 1-0 missing outside, 2-0. And he played his college ball at Georgia Tech. He is a Georgia native. 2006 there at G-Tech, 11-4 with a 4.79 ERA. Started 19 games for the club. Swinging and missing at the 2-0 with Sales, 2-1. Just under 115 innings pitched, 95 strikeouts, 41 walks. And he went 21-5 over his last 2 collegiate seasons, so only 1 loss in his entire junior season. And he did pitch a game in the 2006 College World Series against Cal State Fullerton. 5 2/3 did give up 10 hits, but no runs. Also didn't walk anybody, so a very good pitcher. 3-1 inside. He walks Sales. The crowd wanted a called strike over the inside corner. They don't get it, and the Owls have something going off Wood again here in inning number 2. It's good to see base runners out there, I know that. They were few and far between yesterday and the night before. And the batter will be Nieves, who struck out the first time last inning. So batting for the second time in 2 innings. Schenkel off second, and now Sales with a free pass on first. Nobody out in the top of the second. Scoring the bunt is Nieves, and he lays it down to foul. And that's also been another thing the Owls have struggled with this season. I don't mean to harp on the negative things, but we've had a lot of bunting chances, opportunities to move runners over. And many times, and no way am I picking on Nieves, because he hasn't, I'm trying to pick up on what Joel Hospatka just set up here to press row. And the pitcher, Blake Wood, was playing with his hand and mouth, and that's an automatic ball. So it's a 1-1 count, and now the pitch misses inside 2-1. But getting back to what I was saying about the bunting, Nieves really hasn't had many bunting opportunities, but the Owls of a team have and just haven't really converted on many of them. So in case you're confused on why that first ball was called, a pitcher cannot go to his mouth with his hand. It's an automatic ball. The 2-1 is hit weakly to the left side. Third baseman Herrera going to second, and that's the only one they're going to get. So Schenkel does move over to third. And reaching safely is Nieves at first. It'll be a fielder's choice putout. 5-4. So now, one man out, runners at the corners, and their manager Rupp is already out, and he's going to make a phone directory's company call to the bullpen here really early on. So that'll be all she wrote for Blake Wood in his first professional appearance. Boy from Georgia Tech's out of there. We've got runners at the corners with one out, and we'll be back at you in 90 seconds. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Barber Brothers Mitsubishi in Orem offers the finest new and pre-owned vehicles at unbeatable prices. If you want to roam over the Wasatch Front with power and style, you can choose from the Outlander, Montero, or the Endeavor, 3 sporty and roomy SUVs. Or how about a convertible for the hot Orem summer? The new 2006 Eclipse Spider is the top of the heap in style, class, and luxury. To get away from the ordinary, stop by and at least test drive a Barber Brothers Mitsubishi today. Barber Brothers, West University in Orem.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Owlz baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store. A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Get every day off to a great start with the Daily Herald, Utah County's #1 newspaper. The Herald has you covered in every area, from local to world news and sports to classifieds. The Daily Herald has the most comprehensive and in-depth newspaper around. And, of course, in addition to receiving the paper right to your door, you can also visit the Daily Herald online at hearttheherald.com. The Daily Herald, your town, your neighbors, your newspaper.
Top of the second, finishing chewing my Chuck Patty chicken sandwich here at the ballpark. And the pitching change that we've got is Aaron Hartsock coming into the game, another right-hander, and firing his first pitch to P.J. Phillips. It's lined hard but foul in between Brooks Schenkel, the runner at third, and manager Tom Kochman, the third base coach. So 0-1 on Phillips. Schenkel at third. He got there via the hit, and then a walk to Sales and the force out off the bat of Abel Nieves, who stands at first. So runners at the corners, the 0-1 coming. That's Pop's foul, 0-2. The new pitcher, Aaron Hartsock, on the season, 2-0 with a .79 ERA. He's pitched 11 1/3 innings, given up 5 hits but just 1 run through those 11 1/3. So a very strong start to the season for Hartsock. And he's ahead in the count here to Phillips. The 0-2 coming outside, 1-2. Al's getting 1 in the top of the first. They did leave him loaded, though, with a chance to get more. All that coming with 2 outs. Here in the second, having runners on the corners, nobody across yet. And swinging and missing is Phillips at a breaking ball. So now there are 2 men out. So a short evening for Blake Wood, making his first professional appearance. He only goes an inning and a third, gives up the 1 run. Of course, the runners on first and third are his, so you can't close the book on him yet. The batter, Scott Kanazik, who tripled off the base of the right field wall over the head of Odie Gonzalez last inning, stands in there now, and the first pitch is low and inside from Hartsock. 1-0. Kanazik stands back in set. Flicks the bat a couple times over the plate, puts it over his shoulder. The 1-0 fouled weakly back and almost caught Tyler Johnson on the on-deck circle. Well, we got into the new hotel today, so no more sleeping together for Tyler Johnson and P.J. Phillips. They're not batting next to each other in the order today, though. The 1-1 coming, that's grounded but fouled down the third base line. Missed being over the bag and fair by a couple of yards. So now a 1-2 count on Scott Kanazik. A new baseball for Hartsock. He's got it at his side and his glove in the middle of his chest, and now he puts the 2 together. Stares down the runners and comes home with a 1-2, called strike 3 over the outside corner. Kanazik didn't think so. He's got a word for Hospatka behind the plate. May have been a little bit outside. But going down looking at any rate is Kanazik. Runners stranded at the corners. 1-0 Orem through an inning and a half. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Hey, Vance, do you have lights flickering in your home, outlets not working, fuse boxes making sizzling noises, or breakers that won't reset? Don't just call an electrician. Call Any Hour Electric. We offer modest, straightforward pricing and extended hours for your convenience. All our work is 100% guaranteed. In fact, if your problem comes back, so do we. Free of charge. Serving all of Utah and Salt Lake counties. Find Any Hour Electric in your Yellow Pages and online at anyhourelectric.com.
Any Hour Electric, where your problem is now our problem.
The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. That's exactly what people have come to expect from Buchanan Access Systems. We have years of experience in security access control systems. We have the right automatic gate, card reader, or keypad to fit your needs. Whether you're looking for sales or service, for that little extra, contact Buchanan Access Systems. Find us in your Yellow Pages. Buchanan Access Systems, securing homes and businesses for a better future.
Hey, up here, it's your roof. I don't mean to sound selfish or anything, but I see how you baby your car, washing, waxing, polishing. What about me? I protect the whole family, the dog, even that darn car. Now, it's not easy fending off Mother Nature's fury. Why not give me a hand and call Cropper Roofing? They're residential re-roofing experts specializing in asphalt shingles, single-ply membrane, and metal roofs. For a free estimate, call Cropper Roofing at 225-5900. Cropper Roofing, providing guaranteed quality for over 25 years.
Bottom of the first, and we already have 1 pitch and 1 out. Trevor Bell threw a first pitch fastball to center fielder Joe Dickerson. Dickerson lined it right at the left fielder Tyler Johnson, who moved a few feet to his left. But had him played well, did Johnson. As we mentioned, his first game playing defensively. He's been the DH for the Owls ever since being called down from Cedar Rapids. 1 man out, nobody on. And now Bell pitching to Brendan Herrera, the third baseman. First pitch misses low and in, 1-0. Here comes Bell's 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball over the outside corner. Herrera thought about pulling the trigger, started those arms and the wrists in motion, but held up. Called strike. 1-1 pitch. Low and in with a fastball, 2-1. Bell likes to throw that fastball. He's also got a good curve that we've seen several times here tonight and a solid change. This one grounded sharply to the shortstop, Phillips, but he's got it on 2 hops. Actually, the last hop was kind of tricky. It bounced up and hit him right in the letters. He adjusted, gloved it cleanly, and throws across in time. 6-3 on the old score sheet. That's how you put it down. 2 men out and nobody on. Odie Gonzalez, the right fielder, will be the batter. In addition to the fastball and curve, Bell also has a very good changeup. And a youngster, just 19 years old, baby face out there on the mound. 1-0 count on the right fielder for the Chukars. Here comes the pitch, upstairs, 2-0. Bell wanting me to send out a special hello to his parents listening in Shadow Hills, California, which is right by Burbank. The 2-0 coming. Breaking ball. There's the curve. It caught the corner. 2-1. And already things tonight looking a lot smoother than last night. From the wide to the 2-1 from Bell. Called strike at the knees. 2-1. So far, Hospotka's been consistent. With the strike at the knees, he calls them pretty low, much to the chagrin of a lot of these hitters. The 2-2 is a breaking ball that's fouled back and gets over our heads and out of McDermott Field onto the pavement. Ty Stark hit us with a Glass Savers comic relief clip.
Do you want to synthesize your milk for a quarter more?
Want me to punch-size your face for free?
This one's line drive to the left field off the 2-2. A hard base hit off the bat of Odie Gonzalez, and he'll stand at first with 2 men out. That Glass Savers comic relief clip, they're in Linden. Glass Savers, go and visit them. If your automobile has any auto glass needs that it has to have taken care of, take it in there to Glass Savers. They'll be glad to suit you up. So a runner at first now, and Odie Gonzalez on the line drive hit the left that went just to Phillips, the shortstop's right, and to Reinhardt's left, the third baseman. He found the gap. And this one's thrown by the first baseman, Schenkel, as Bell was trying to pick him off. He's going to go to second, now make the turn and go all the way into third base as the throw comes back into Phillips, the shortstop, cutting it off. That's not the first time we've seen that one on the season, the throw by the first baseman on the attempted pickoff move. And that wasn't necessarily Bell or Schenkel's fault. In fact, Schenkel just looked surprised that Bell was throwing it over there. And it got by him. They do credit the error to the pitcher, Trevor Bell, allowing the runner to go from first to third. So now Gonzalez is at third. And the Chukars can tie this thing. The tying run just at 90 feet away. And as Gonzalez creeps in, now he's about 85 feet away. Here comes the pitch to Gilbert Gill. That one's low and outside, 1-0. Should Gill reach? Todd Balda, the catcher, batting of the ninth slot. Oh, the old charge chant never gets old. American classic. The 1-0 coming. This one's grounded, but right at Nieves at second base. He bobbles it, recovers quickly. He's going to have to throw. Did they get him? Yes, but by about a half a step. It was hit hard at Nieves. It bounced up off the heel of his glove, hit him in the chest, and scored it about 3 or 4 feet in front of him. He ran to it quickly and threw side-on to the first baseman, Schenkel, and just got him before Gill stepped on that bag. And many fans here at McDermott Field don't think that he was out, but he is, and the Owls clinging to that 1-0 lead. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
When the Owls built their stadium, they went with a contractor that kept an eye on beauty, comfort, and detail. For your next building project, let Marcon Inc. create a work of art for you. Marcon Inc. also specializes in finish hardware. They have a brand new showroom in downtown Springville with a unique variety of locks, doorknobs, and bathware accessories. Come visit their new showroom today. Marcon Inc. Let them take the hassle out of your construction needs. Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Owlz broadcast is brought to you in part by Bailing Insurance Agency, Payson's hometown agency for over 30 years. By Lewis Jewelry, custom jewelry at less than mall prices. By Same Day Electric, service today or you don't pay. By Clapper Roofing, guaranteed quality for over 25 years. And by Dynamic Collision Repair, quality repairs since 1999.
Does it seem like, with all you have to do around the house during the summer, that the season is over before you even get a chance to enjoy it? Well, if painting is on your to-do list, call Seeley Painting and Drywall. You'll be impressed with professionalism and their price. Save time and money this season by calling Seeley Painting and Drywall at 801-687-2115. See them in the Dex Quest phone book. Seeley Painting and Drywall. No one ever asked who your plumber was, but they always ask who the painter is.
Johnson watching the first strike, a fastball catch to the outside corner. 0-1 here to lead off the top of the third. To the cleanup hitter, this one scorched into right field, but there is Odie Gonzalez, and he puts it away. Hit hard on the line. Gonzalez had to go about 15 yards to his left, but got there in plenty of time and puts it away. One man out. And in the bottom of this inning, stay tuned as always for the Pioneer League scoreboard update, sponsored by Same Day Electric. Beautiful fireworks last night here in Idaho Falls. Just a fantastic show. Got to see it from the hotel room. Foul ball down the third base line. Chris Pettit looking up to the sky. Says we got back kind of late. Got stuck in traffic after the game on the bus here. Manager Tom Kochman not too thrilled about that one. And finally got back and we're looking up to the sky from the hotel and saw the fireworks. This pitch inside and hits Pettit on the helmet. Was an off-speed pitch, so he's okay. Nothing too scary. Trots down to first base. And the Owls have a base runner for the third inning in a row. We have already left 5 men on base, though, so it could be worse than the 1-0 score. Pettit on first now with the HBP. And Doug Reinhardt, the batter, he walked his first time up back in inning number 1. Swing and a miss, coming up and missing at a fastball. 0-1 to Doug. Yesterday, we did get 5 base runners. We got hit by 3 pitches, despite only the 1 actual hit by B.J. Phillips. And they've already plunked 1 here tonight in the third. Checking Pettit back at first. He's back in easily. Aaron Hartsock, the pitcher, pitched 2/3 last inning, coming in for relief of Blake Wood, who started this one. The hurler from Georgia Tech, 3rd-round draft pick, only going an inning and a third in his first professional experience here with the Chukars of Idaho Falls, the affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. But they don't wear the Royals colors. They don't do the royal blue. They do a maroon and a black instead of following suit with their parent company. Chris Pettit going a check swing to the shortstop Gill, up across, but it's going to advance the runner. So a ground out 6-3, kind of a half swing by Reinhardt. And it rolled slowly to short, but Gill charged hard and threw across the diamond. Pettit was going on the play. May have been a little hit and run there. So Pettit's at second base. They didn't have a chance of getting him. And Bambino will be the batter with 2 men out and the runner at second. Left the bases loaded back in the first with his long fly out to right fielder Odie Gonzalez. Hartsock ready. Here comes the pitch. That one inside and almost hit him. Bambino turning to avoid it from catching his left leg. Still searching, as I said last time, for his second hit of the season. Now 1 for 16 on the season is Bambino. The regular starting catcher, Scott Kanazik, DHing tonight. Called strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Bambino back in and ready. Pettit leading off second base. And Hartsock's 1-1 pitch, high, 2-1. Brought ball to the catcher out of the crouch. Hartsock set on the mound. Bambino set in the box. Taylor 2-1 pitch. High and inside, 3-1. They're throwing a lot of balls on the side of the Chukars so far here in this one. Hartsock from Imperial, California, played for California Baptist, and he was the Golden State Athletic Conference Pitcher of the Year this past season there at California Baptist as a 3-1. It's a called strike, full count now to Bambino with a runner Pettit at second, and went 10-3 with a 3.40 ERA, 110 strikeouts, just 28 walks and 98 innings pitched. He's trying to get out of this one. The 3-2 coming. This one's grounded to the left side. Backhanding gets the shortstop Gill, hopping to his knees and firing across the diamond on one hop. What a play. And wow, after he backhanded that, how quickly he popped up from his knees and fired from deep in the hole and got Bambino by a full step at first. Wow, and saved a run. So, we still just have the 1-0 after 2.5. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
And catch your favorite minor league team on the web at MILB.com, where it's fun to be a fan. Get in the game and get live scores, news, standings, schedules, tickets, and more. And suit up in team gear from the MILB Shop, the official online shop of minor league baseball. Join the millions of fans who just can't get enough of the game at MILB.com. There's nothing minor about it. It's where minor league baseball is always on.
With energy costs soaring higher than an Owlz homer, it's important that your cooling system is working at peak performance. So call Triple T Heating and Cooling. We feature service and repairs on all makes and models of heating and cooling systems. And come winter, we can set you up with a warm, energy-efficient gas fireplace. Serving all of Utah County, visit our showroom at 1550 North Main in Spanish Fork, or log on to TripleTHeating.com. Triple T Heating and Cooling. Comfort from our family to yours for over 32 years. It's just not enough that you're a careful driver. You've still got rear-ended by some clown talking on his cell phone. Unfortunately, we can't change what happened, but we can make it look like it didn't. We're Dynamic Collision Repair, experts in all makes and models of foreign and domestic cars and trucks. Visit us on South State Street, just half a mile east of the Novell Building in Provo, or call 377-7252. Dynamic Collision Repair, quality and expertise since 1979. But don't take our word for it. Ask the guy with a cell phone. He comes in here all the time.
Are you looking for a special place to take that special somebody to dinner? Then head to Wallaby's Smokehouse. Wallaby's features mouth-watering brisket made fresh daily, pulled pork, and smoked turkey. And you won't want to miss what's new for dessert. Wallaby's Smokehouse. Family-owned, family-operated, and family-friendly. So bring the whole gang by. Wallaby's is located at 131 South State Street. You can also call ahead for takeout at 785-4447. Wallaby's, where you want to be.
Trevor Bell's 2-0 pitch misses up high to start this one here in the bottom of the third to catcher Todd Baldiff, 3-0. Baldiff, the ninth batter in the Chukars order. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That one's a strike right in there, 3-1. The first 4 games that we played them, we saw every catcher on the Chukars roster. 4 different catchers. Baldiff back in there tonight for the second time in the 5 games. That's a called strike at the knees on the outside corner. Now it's full. Baldiff is batting from the left side, throwing right. This one's hit high into left center field, but not very deep. Who wants it? Johnson and Pettit are there. The left fielder, Ty Johnson, or as some call him TJ, I just call him Tyler. He puts it away, 1 man out.
Number 15.
And the batter will be Brett Bigler, back up to the top of the order. Bigler from Santa Ana, California. That was the guy that has set the all-time stolen base record at UC Riverside with 27. Called strike over the outside corner. 2006 of this year, the 7th round draft pick was Bigler. And the 0-1 coming to him. That one's hit and looped to left field in front of the left fielder Johnson. A lazy line drive, base hit. off the bat of Brett Bigler. And that is the third hit of the game. A double and a pair of singles now off of Trevor Bell, but no runs yet. 1-3-1 for the Owls, 0-3-0 for the Chukars. And as I've told you, the first time that we've been leading the Chukars before the seventh inning, I should say, in the first 4 games that we've played them, this being the 5th. The pitch coming to Maddox high and inside. The first 2 games, we got down 1-0. We would tie it 1-1 and win it 2-1, getting a run in the bottom of the 9th in that first game back at home and a run in the bottom of the 7th in the second game, winning a pair of those contests 2-1 to take the first place lead. Then in the 3-game set, the final game of the 3-game set, going for the sweep at home, got beat 10-4, and then last night got beat 10-2, and the Chukars exploding offensively. Bell's 2-0 pitch to Maddox, called strike over the outside corner, 2-1. But so far here tonight, a different story. 1 run. We have left 6 men on base already, though. That's the bad spot is Bell, not even stepping on the rubber yet. Still looking at Bigler at first with that big lead. Now he's on the mound and firing back over. Bigler diving in head first, safe, before Schenkel can put the tag on his number 15 over the shoulder. 5 stolen bases for Bigler on the season. The 2-1 inside to Maddox, 3-1. 5 stolen bases also for Odie Gonzalez, their right fielder, and 22 collectively as a team, being caught running in between the base paths just twice all season. The 3-1. That one's low, and he walked him, did Bell. First free pass of the ball game given up by Trevor Bell, and now they've got runners in first and second. And just 1 man out. And the Chukars trying to scratch a run across the board. Jace Turner, the DH, batting in the third slot, grounded out to Nieves at second, back in the first. Batting from the left side, stands in. Bell comes set and fires. Swing and a miss through the fastball by him, 0-1. Near capacity crowd yesterday. Another very good crowd on hand here tonight. Here at McDermott Field in Idaho Falls. An old one, but a goodie. Built in 1976. And she is an antique. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Took something off it. Out in front was Turner, 0-2. Lights being turned on here at McDermott Field as a blue sky with puffy white clouds overhead. There was a threat of rain earlier. In fact, it rained here this morning in Idaho Falls as the 0-2 coming. Missed a little bit inside, 1 and 2. Not a lot of rain, but a couple brief showers. And there were some showers on the Doppler radar just before the ball game. And some dark clouds in the distance, but it appears that those are going to miss us. And right now, beautiful weather. Runners off first and second. The 1-2 from Trevor. Just a bit inside. 2-2. And 2-2, also the number that Trevor Bell wears. Looking into his catcher, Bambino. Now putting the ball in the mitt and checking back to second base. A pickoff move, but nothing doing. Bigler back in easily before Phillips covers. Talking with Phillips before the game about playing shortstop. That's his natural position. Played there during his high school years in Atlanta. 2-2 coming. Called strike 3, low and in at the knees. Turner did not like it, but he's going to go sit down. The second out of the inning. The second strikeout of the ball game for Bell, and now there are 2 men out. That is a big out. And Luis Castillo, the cleanup hitter. It doesn't get any easier here with Castillo, who's second in the league in RBIs with 13, and second in the league with an on-base percentage at .534. And he also has a .400 average, which isn't too shabby either. 16 games into the season. He flew out to right, a deep fly ball to end the first inning. The first pitch coming to him is inside, 1-0. Bigler at second. Maddox at first. And 2 men out. Bell trying to work his way out of the jam here. Time called by Castillo, the batter. Do you have your Orem Owlz merchandise? If not, you better get it. It's running. You can get it at the Perch store at the stadium along the third base line, or by simply hopping on your computer and going to Orem Owlz with a Z.com, OremOwlz.com, for all of your Owlz merchandise. Bell comes set. Castillo's in the box, and here comes the 1-0 pitch. That curveball misses outside from Bell, 2-0. Castillo thought about offering. Kept the bat on his shoulder. And Bell's behind in the count here. Now here comes the 2-0 pitch. That one a little bit too far inside. From outside to inside and a 3-0 count. Bell walked Maddox, the man at first base. That was his first walk of the game. And here's the 3-0. This one, he gave him the green light. They fouled it late on a Bell fastball down the right field side and into the parking lot. But again, evading all cars. So now a 3-1 count from Bell to Castillo. And Bell, through those first 3 games, only walked 3 batters. And 1 here tonight. The 3-1 now chops foul to the left side. And he's worked it full. One thing about Bell, his motto is just, let's throw strikes and trust my defense. Very similar to Amalio Diaz, who we will be seeing tomorrow night. They just simply go out there, locate the fastball, occasionally throw the change or the off-speed breaking ball, and trust their defense behind them. A 3-2 count on Castillo, the cleanup hitter with runners at first and second and 2 men out. Here comes the pitch with the runners going, foul back, and out of play. We will do it again. Owlz getting the only run of the ball game so far on the top of the first, leading at 1-0, 1-3-1 for your Orem Owlz, 0-3-0, matching us in hits but not in runs yet at Idaho Falls Chukars. Bell shaking off a sign from Bambino. Now he nods his head up and down. He's got something they can agree on, and here comes the full count pitch. Runners going, and surprise, surprise, another foul ball. Went down the right side. 3-2, we'll do it again. A very dangerous Castillo. Threatening to tie this game. Hospatka, the home plate umpire, calls time for a second. Now he's back in there. Behind the catcher Bambino and gives Bell the green light. Here comes the full count pitch. Grounded to the shortstop Phillips. He's got it. Across the diamond. Good accurate throw to Schenkel, and the inning is over. Hard ground ball. Good play by Phillips. 6-3 on the putout. And they leave 2 on to the Chukars, and the Owls still have a 1-0 lead. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Phone Directories Company is proud to be the official phone directory of the Orem Owlz. We cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with Utah communities in mind. Our phone book has everything you need, from menu guides, money-saving coupons, area maps, recreation information, and our new audio information line. Let us make the difference in your business. Advertise today. Phone Directories Company, great people, great books, great results. For advertising info, call 1-866-58-GO-PDC.
Jake Burns here for Utah Community Credit Union.
Jake, what are you doing?
Well, Deb, it's UCCU's 50th anniversary, and I want to let people know we're celebrating.
But when you're home, could you tone it down a little bit?
I can't tone down the excitement for UCCU's special rate on auto and home equity loans.
I know you're excited.
Did you know that UCCU is offering a fixed-rate auto loan as low as 5.95%?
Yes, it's just that while we're eating.
Or a fixed home equity loan also as low as 5.95%?
Can't we eat dinner without all this?
loans as low as 5.95% and no closing fees. Deb, no fees.
But didn't you...
But you have to act now. Rates are going up July 1st.
Jake, where are you going?
I'm calling UCCU right now to lock in this fabulous rate.
But didn't you call them this morning and last night?
Maybe.
Give Utah Community Credit Union a call right now at 223-8188 to sign up and lock in this special low rate. That's 223-8188. Available on approved credit. Equal housing lender, member NCUA. If you live, work, or attend school in Utah, Wasatch, or Juab County, you can join. Utah Community Credit Union. What does it mean to you?
Schenkel, Sales, and Nieves here in the fourth, and Schenkel getting a hold of one into left center field. Going back is Dickerson. He's at the track at the wall, and he reaches his arm out and makes the catch. A running catch at the wall, and a good play by Joe Dickerson out in center field. Schenkel hits his hands together in frustration. He thought he may have had one in there for extra bases. He hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark, left and right center, jut out at about 415, 420. There aren't any signs out there, but straightaway center, 400, not the deepest part. 340 down the right side, 350 down the left. So just a long out for Schenkel. And Darryl Sales, the batter. So Schenkel now 1 for 2, and Sales, who walked back in the second, has a 1-0 count. The 1-0 pitch is low, 2-0. When the scoreboard boots back up here on the old computer, we'll give you the same-day Electric Pioneer League scoreboard update. Until then, Hart Sox working from the wind and firing a 2-0 to Darryl Sales, playing right field tonight, but most of his action this year has been out in left, splitting time with Chris Pettit. This one's hit hard, but right at the left fielder, Brett Bigler. Bigler comes in, but it drops in front of him. So a solid single for Darryl Sales. And that one got down a little quicker than anticipated. Bigler charging. It was hit on the line right at him directionally, but charging to make the play and then playing it on a hop. So a one-out hit for Sales. He'll be at first base, and the batter, Abel Nieves. 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far. Batting in the lead-up spot for the second time this season and skying this one to right, shallow right field. Odie Gonzalez is there towards the line, and he's got it. 2 men out, Sales at first, and the batter will be P.J. Phillips.
Shortstop P.J. Phillips.
Phillips also 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Grounded out in the first, struck out in the second. The only hit last night for the Owls off the bat of this man into left center field. First pitch outside from Hart Sock, 1-0. After going 6 innings without a run or a hit, Phillips got an RBI double in the left center field gap to finally put the Owls on the board. He's fouling that one off his leg, and he's going to bend over and rub it on the right, hit the inside of his right leg. But he appears to be all right, shaking it off and standing back in there with a 1-1 count on him now is P.J. Phillips. Sales off first. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit into left field. That's going to get down. It's a base hit. Sales makes a turn at second, but with the ball being in the possession of the left fielder, Bigler's hands, he's not going anywhere. So 2 line drive base hits to left, and we got 2 more runners on here. Already left 5 on, 5 men on through the first 3. So we've had base runners tonight, which has been nice. A very nice change from the past couple of nights. And the batter, Scott Kanazik, the DH, a triple back in the first, and he has scored the game's only run. That's inside 1-0 to the boy from Brown Mills, New Jersey. Here now we got the scoreboard booted up. Great Falls and Helena in the bottom of the third. Great Falls leading that one 2-1. But Helena has a couple runners on, and they've scored one. It's 2-1. 1-0 pitch coming. That one's in there at the knees. 1-1. Missoula getting 4 through 2 and leading Billings 4-1. And the other score, Ogden getting 6 in the second and leading that one 10-1 over Casper. And this one's hit hard into right center field, but the center fielder, Joe Dickerson, had him shaded that way. So Kanazik is retired. Kanazik frustrated. If Dickerson was playing straightaway center field, that for sure would have been in for extra bases and a couple more Owls runs, but he had him shaded towards right center, and Kanazik lines out there in the gap. So the Owls leave 2 more on, and we played 3.5. We're winning 1-0. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Hey, Owls fans. Dave Adams Classic Auto Repair is the premier collision repair specialist in Utah County. They have 3 locations, 1 in Lehigh, 2 in Orem. Any accident, fender bender, paint, or body work to be done, Dave Adams is the place to do it. Dave Adams is donating his car to charity. Go by any Dave Adams location or stop by the Booster Club booth at any Owls home game before August 15th for details. Dave Adams Classic Auto Repair wishes that the Orem Owls good luck and go out.
Looking to get in shape for cheap? Look no further than Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Located on South Main, Dumbbells Gym offers monthly memberships for just $20. And if you sign up for 6 months, that price drops to just $10 a month. Nobody along the Wasatch Front can match these unbeatable prices. And this isn't some corporate workout place. It's a local, family-owned gym with no contracts or gimmicks whatsoever. Call Dumbbells Gym today at 465-5633 or log on to dumbbellsgym.com for more information.
Does it seem like with all you have to do around the house during the summer that the season is over before you even get a chance to enjoy it? Well, if painting is on your to-do list, call Seeley Painting and Drywall. You'll be impressed with professionalism and their price. Save time and money this season by calling Seeley Painting and Drywall at 801-687-2115. See them in the Dex Quest phone book. Seeley Painting and Drywall. No one ever asked who your plumber was, but they always ask who the painter is.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
We go to the bottom of the fourth. Want to tell you that scoreboard update I gave you at the bottom of the last inning, the top of this inning, was sponsored as always by Same Day Electric. Proud to support seriously good baseball. Wants to remind you, electricity can be seriously dangerous. For all of your home or business electrical work, don't do it yourself. Call Same Day Electric's professionally trained technicians at 377-SAME. You can also visit them online at samedayelectric.com. Trevor Bell firing to the 5, 6, 7 hitters in the Chukars order, and he's got a 3-0 count here on Dickerson. The 2-0 and now the 3-0 coming low and in. Still only one walk in the game for Bell, although he's had 3 3-ball counts. That one's low and in, and he's walked his second man of the game, 5th man on the season. Dickerson takes the free pass, and the Chukars have a runner here in the 4th inning. Owls leading at 1-0. Chukars have also left 4 men on, but the Owls already in this one have left 8 men on base. We do have the 1 run and the lead. So, much different than yesterday, and I'm not complaining as far as that goes. Brennan Herrera stands in there. That's a called strike. Herrera had the big game last night. Went 4 for 4 with a 3-run homer and 4 RBIs. Runner going. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit into left field. Johnson is there, and now retreating back to first base is Dickerson as he realizes that one's caught. So the hit and run doesn't work. A line out to left. Johnson retires him. Herrera's going to go sit down. There's 1 man out. And Dickerson back at first base. And the batter, Oscar D. Gonzalez. From Miramar, Florida, played last year of the Arizona Royals. The pitch coming, fouled back to the screen. A little bit late on the Trevor Bell fastball is Gonzalez. He singled back in the second. With Gonzalez, which makes him now 11 for 43 and right at 240 on the season. Bell working from the stretch and firing over to first to make sure that Dickerson's not going anywhere. Dickerson has stolen 1 base on the season in 2 attempts. And he's going. This one's outside. The throw down to second by Bambino is late. And Joseph Dickerson has stolen his 2nd base of the season. And he's in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. So a hit could tie this thing, but Bell's been in this position before. They've left a runner in the 1st and 2nd and 2 in the 3rd. So he's worked from the stretch a lot tonight. He kicks his leg, and the 1-1 pitch grounded to short. The runner's going to advance to 3rd, but Phillips has it, fires across to Schenkel. It was hit slow enough to where Dickerson could start running, and if Phillips, even though he fielded it cleanly, tried to throw to 3rd, he would have had no play. Odie Gonzalez out at first. That's the good news. There's 2 men out. But that first Chukars run, once again, for the second time today is 90 feet away. Here's Gilbert Gill, who grounded out to Abel Nieves back in the second to end that inning. Batting from the right side, wearing number 5 with the open stance, the pinstripe home uniforms for these Chukars, and thought about chasing a Trevor Bell breaking ball that did catch the corner, according to Hospotka behind the plate, 0-1. Again, the crowd didn't like it, but he has been consistent with the liberal strike zone. Bell set with the ball in the mitt, and the 0-1 coming home. This one's hit into left center field. It's going to get down to tie the ball game. Tripping out there in center field is Pettit, and now going to second on the trip will be Gilbert Gill, an RBI single. And I think they're going to have to call that an error on the center fielder Pettit, allowing Gill to advance to second base.
Catcher number 33, Todd Balda.
And indeed, it is E8 on Chris Pettit, who got to the ball in left center field fine, but then bobbled it, slipped. And now Gill's in scoring position. The first pitch to Todd Balda is a fastball that Balda swings at and comes up empty as the left-handed batter, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 to the switch-hitting catcher. This one's hit high into right center field. Pettit's going over in the gap and chasing this one down. He's got it, making an over-the-shoulder catch. Balda retired on the line out to center, but the Chukars even things with an RBI single by Gilbert Gill. We go to the fifth, knotted at 1. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Are you looking for a special place to take that special somebody to dinner? Then head to Wallaby's Smokehouse. Wallaby's features mouth-watering brisket made fresh daily, pulled pork, and smoked turkey. And you won't want to miss what's new for dessert. Wallaby's Smokehouse. Family-owned, family-operated, and family-friendly. So bring the whole gang by. Wallaby's is located at 131 South State Street. You can also call ahead for takeout at 785-4447. Wallaby's, where you want to be.
It's just not enough that you're a careful driver. You still got rear-ended by some clown talking on his cell phone. Unfortunately, we can't change what happened, but we can make it look like it didn't. We're Dynamic Collision Repair, experts in all makes and models of foreign and domestic cars and trucks. Visit us on South State Street, just half a mile east of the Novell Building in Provo, or call 377-7252. Dynamic Collision Repair, quality and expertise since 1979. But don't take our word for it. Ask the guy with a cell phone. He comes in here all the time.
Hi, this is Owlz broadcaster Brandon Gaudin. To get rid of our remaining commercial airtime, we are selling our final spots for as little as $15 a piece. For just $15, your company can reach everyone in Utah County on 960 AM. Call 377-BALL and ask for Media Relations to schedule your commercial airtime today. Or you can email radio@oremowls.com. That's 377-BALL, 377-2255, or radio@oremowls.com.
Tyler Johnson leading off the fifth and getting beamed right in the middle of the back on the number 44 that he wears. He'll trot down to first base. Hartsock lost control of that one. So that's the second hit batsman tonight. Pettit also got plunked back in the third. And as I said yesterday, they hit 3 batters. And Tyler Johnson was indeed one of those batters that got plunked yesterday in the 7th inning. So getting hit for the second time in 6 innings is Tyler Johnson. He stands at first base, and the batter will be Chris Pettit. First pitch to him misses, and it's 1-0. So Pettit, the other man to get plunked, he also has the game's only RBI back in the first. RBI single that brought in Scott Kanazik, a blooper to the right side. The 1-0, he swings at a Hartsock fastball and misses. Count even now, 1-1. Top of the fifth from McDermott Field in Idaho Falls, Idaho. Thank you for joining us on AM 960 KOVO Provo. You're home for Orem Owlz baseball, the 2006 campaign. Thanks for joining us. The 1-1 pitch, runner going. This one's hit into right center field. Going over to cut it off is Odie Gonzalez, and having to retreat quickly back to first is Tyler Johnson, who was moving on the play. That ball hit well by Pettit into the gap, but Gonzalez had him shaded a tad that way and ran it down before it could get down for extra bases. Now the batter, Doug Reinhardt, as the pitcher, Hartsock, realizes that his right shoe is not tied, and he's going to bend over and do something about it before Reinhardt stands into the box. Reinhardt walked in the first, grounded out in the third. Johnson, who retreated to first on the line out by Pettit, is diving back in as Hartsock checks him over to keep him at bay. Manager Tom Kochman looking over at Johnson and going through some signs. I don't know him. It looks like gibberish from here. I'm sure he communicated something. Checking back. Johnson back in time. Johnson's had a couple base running blunders on the season. He's been caught stealing once, and he got caught up in between second and third on a base running error that was costly back in the, I believe, sixth game of the season against Casper. He's going. The pitch is grounded weakly to the shortstop Gill, so Johnson will advance to second, and Reinhardt out at first. That's the second swinging bunt we've seen off the bat of Reinhardt. He did that last time to the shortstop Gilbert Gill. Just kind of a three-quarter half, didn't mean to type of swing that hit a slow roller. But last time in the third, he advanced the runner Pettit, and this time he advances Johnson. But he is put away, so Reinhardt sits down. He's 0 for 2 with a walk now. Johnson in scoring position. And the batter, Richard Ricky Bambino. I love that movie. What was it? Sandlot. Yeah, the great Bambino, the fat kid. Yeah. Standing there now, Bambino. Here comes the first pitch to him. Outside 0-1. Talk a lot about movies here. If you haven't seen The Sandlot and you're a baseball fan, then you definitely have to go rent that one. Bambino flew out to right to leave the bases loaded in the first, grounded out to short in the third. 0-1 pitch coming to him, swinging and coming up empty on an inside fastball from Aaron Hartsock, 0-2. Bambino just 1 for 17 on the season. That's 5 strikeouts. Tyler Johnson off second. Hartsock still looking for a sign, and now he and catcher Todd Baldock cannot come up with anything. So time is called. Bambino's ready, though. He's anxious. He's back in there. Doesn't wear batting gloves and tape on his left wrist. You'll see that a lot from the catchers. The 0-2 outside. Often see catchers put tape on the wrist of their glove that they wear. That one's outside, a 1-2 count now on Bambino. One of the few players that decides to bat without batting gloves, just putting the bare skin straight on the bat. 1-2, here it comes. Fouled back and out of the stadium. Ty Stark, hit us with the Glass Savers comic relief clip.
Where are you boys headed?
Canada. We're going over the border to Canada for some French fries and gravy, sir.
2 teams. Canada, huh? Almost made it.
Well, Bambino almost made it, but didn't. Swung at an outside slider. Came up empty. He's the third out of the inning. That's his 6th strikeout on the season. The Owls leave another base runner on. Our 9th man that we've left on base through 5 innings at the plate. Halfway home, we're knotted at 1. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
It's time to stop the new car madness. No need to buy a new one. Take care of the car you have. Bring it to AMCO today and get a transmission fluid change for a special price of $49.95. We'll also give you our external diagnostic service free. Love the car you're with. Call 1-800 Go AMCO.
Participating centers only, not available for vehicles with internal transmission problems. External diagnostic service includes road test, fluid, and external control check. Additional charges may apply to determine costs of internal repair required. $49.95 most vehicles. Expires December 31st.
Advanced Dental Care is your center of cosmetic and laser dentistry. Advanced Dental Care is where Doctors Michael and David Bennett specialize in the latest state-of-the-art procedures. With single-visit crown restoration, tooth-colored fillings, and the new Zoom 2 teeth whitening system, they bring tomorrow's dentistry today. Call for your appointment today at 375-1414.
Doctors Michael and David Bennett are the official team dentists and proud sponsors of Orem Owlz Baseball.
In baseball, the American dream is to make it to the big show and become a pro. Another American dream is to become a homeowner. It's easy. Give the pros at American Dream Mortgage a call. Whether it's your first home or just moving up to fit the family, American Dream Mortgage can get you into the game. Ask about debt consolidation plans, great rates, and low closing costs. Step up to the plate and call American Dream Mortgage at 227-5061. That's 227-5061. Hit a home run and start living the American dream.
Bigler squared the bunt here to lead off the bottom of the fifth, but pulled it back, and now there's a 2-0 count. The 2-0 coming from Bell. That's a called strike over the inside corner, 2-1. Apologize that sometimes we get to you late after these breaks. It just kind of varies how fast the game is moving, and tonight the pitcher's working pretty quickly. 2-1 outside. Last night it seemed like every time we came back from break we still had 30 more seconds before the first pitch of the inning, so just kind of varies, but we got to pay our bills. The 3-1 pitch. That one's grounded right at Reinhardt at third on one hop. He was playing even with the bag in anticipation of a possible Bigler bunt. He fields it, throws across to Schenkel, and retired as Bigler for the first out here in the bottom of the fifth. Bigler down 1 for 3 with a single and a strikeout, and that ground out. And here's Mark Maddox. He doubled back in the first and walked in the third. Coming into today for Maddox, 265, and this one's hit down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's a foul ball, fortunately for the Owls, by a couple of yards. Had it landed west of that right field line, would have been in for extra bases. But just a long strike down that line, 0-1. To the second baseman for the Chukars. New baseball for Trevor Bell out there for his fifth inning of work and his fourth start here for the Orem Owls. He's firing the 0-1 pitch, bringing Bambino up out of his seat. 1-1, missed high with a fastball. Jace Turner on deck. Turner's the guy that we've been playing the shift on through the past couple of games, but not here tonight. We had been moving the shortstop over, or the third baseman, over to the shortstop position and shifting everyone over for the left-handed batter to pull, but today everyone's been in the regular position. The 2-1 coming to Maddox. A curveball that misses outside. 3-1. Bell from the wide, and the 3-1 pitch here at the bottom of the fifth. It's grounded to the right side. Nieves has it up to Schenkel, 2 men out. A ground out to third, a ground out to second. Good job by Bell there to put that one over the outside part of the plate. Maddox batting a few feet away from the home plate. Had to reach his arms out to protect himself because that would have been a called strike. And all he could do was slap it to the right side right at Nieves. Here is Jace Turner, and I mentioned that we hadn't been playing the shift for the first two at-bats, and we are now. So Reinhardt, the third baseman, now playing in the shortstop position. As the 1-0 misses inside, 2-0 to the lefty. Phillips playing from our vantage point just to the right of the second base bag up the middle. And this one's popped foul, 2-1. Schenkel hugging the line at first, and Nieves in between he and Phillips. So if he hit one down the left field line, he could run for a month. Fouling it back to the screen, 2-2. after being 2-0. Trevor's worked it. Even 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces roll him at the bottom of the 5th here from Idaho Falls, and now Bambino's going to go out to have a word with Trevor Bell and make sure they're on the same page before this 2-2 pitch comes to Turner. With the bases clear. Did you know that you can be a member of the Night Owls, the booster club for the Orem Owls, for just $10 a person? $35 for the entire family, no matter how many members you have. As the 2-2 coming from Bell is inside and high 3-2. Kids ages 4 to 13 can be a member of the Junior Night Owls organization. That's the booster club for this baseball team. Great perks headed up, as always, by Brenda Ridley. Sign up today. This one hit the straightaway center field, but Chris Pettit had him played perfectly. Plenty of room. He's got it. Puts away Turner, and 1-2-3 go the Chukars here in the 5th. We've completed 5, 1-1. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Hey, fans, do you have lights flickering in your home, outlets not working, fuse boxes making sizzling noises, or breakers that won't reset? Don't just call an electrician. Call Any Hour Electric. We offer modest, straightforward pricing and extended hours for your convenience. All our work is 100% guaranteed. In fact, if your problem comes back, so do we, free of charge, serving all of Utah and Salt Lake counties. Find Any Hour Electric in your Yellow Pages and online at anyhourelectric.com.
Any Hour Electric, where your problem is now our problem.
Hey, up here. It's your roof. I don't mean to sound selfish or anything, but I see how you baby your car, washing, waxing, polishing. What about me? I protect the whole family, the dog, even that darn car. Now, it's not easy fending off Mother Nature's fury. Why not give me a hand and call Proper Roofing? They're residential re-roofing experts specializing in asphalt shingles, single-ply membrane, and metal roofs. For a free estimate, call Proper Roofing at 225-5900. Proper Roofing, providing guaranteed quality for over 25 years.
Looking to get in shape for cheap? Look no further than Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Located on South Main, Dumbbells Gym offers monthly memberships for just $20. And if you sign up for 6 months, that price drops to just $10 a month. Nobody along the Wasatch Front can match these unbeatable prices. And this isn't some corporate workout place. It's a local, family-owned gym with no contracts or gimmicks whatsoever. Call Dumbbells Gym today at 465-5633 or log on to dumbbellsgym.com for more information.
Sixth inning, Brooks Schenkel will lead it off, 8-9-1. First pitch coming from Hartsock, who has pitched pretty well since relieving Blake Wood, who started this game for the Chukars, and pitched an inning and a third. Hartsock's been in there ever since. This one hit a mile high, a high, lazy fly to left center. Bigler camps under it, puts it away, squeezes it for out number 1. Could have done a lot of things waiting for that fly ball. Maybe could have, I don't know, knit a quilt. Do you knit a quilt? Is that what it's called? I don't. At any rate, that doesn't matter. The point is that Schenkel is out. There's one man down. Here in the top of the 6th, and Darryl Sales, the batter. Mentioned earlier, Sales seen most of his action in this lineup in the cleanup position, but struggling as of late and getting moved down to the 9th slot tonight. Sales batting just 171, 6 for 35 coming into today's ball game. He does have a hit and a walk, a hit back in the 4th inning to left field. And this is going to right field at right at Odie Gonzalez. So Sales hit it hard right on the nose. But having him shaded perfectly in right center was Odie Gonzalez. And retired his Sales. 2 batters have come up for the Owls, and 2 batters are out. Nobody on the batter. Abel Nieves, 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. Here comes the pitch. Missed over the outside corner with a fastball to Aaron Hartsock, 1-0. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. From the righty to the righty, upstairs 2-0 to Nieves. Nieves has walked 4 times on the season, 231 coming into today's ball game. This one's hit on the infield. Another just towering high fly ball. Who wants it? Castillo, the first baseman, calls off Mark Maddox, the second baseman. Uses the extra-large first baseman's mitt to squeeze it. 1, 2, 3, they go. We go to the bottom of the sixth, knotted at 1. 960 AM, The Zone.
Hey, up here. It's your roof. I don't mean to sound selfish or anything, but I see how you baby your car, washing, waxing, polishing. What about me? I protect the whole family, the dog, even that darn car. Now, it's not easy fending off Mother Nature's fury. Why not give me a hand and call Proper Roofing? They're residential re-roofing experts specializing in asphalt shingles, single-ply membrane, and metal roofs. For a free estimate, call Proper Roofing at 225-5900. Proper Roofing, providing guaranteed quality for over 25 years.
Hey, fans, do you have lights flickering in your home, outlets not working, fuse boxes making sizzling noises, or breakers that won't reset? Don't just call an electrician. Call Any Hour Electric. We offer modest, straightforward pricing and extended hours for your convenience. All our work is 100% guaranteed. In fact, if your problem comes back, so do we, free of charge, serving all of Utah and Salt Lake counties. Find Any Hour Electric in your Yellow Pages and online at anyhourelectric.com.
Any Hour Electric, where your problem is now our problem.
Get every day off to a great start with the Daily Herald, Utah County's #1 newspaper. The Herald has you covered in every area, from local to world news and sports to classifieds. The Daily Herald has the most comprehensive and in-depth newspaper around. And of course, in addition to receiving the paper right to your door, you can also visit the Daily Herald online at hearttheherald.com. The Daily Herald, your town, your neighbors, your newspaper.
Bottom of the sixth, the Owls got the first run of the ball game in the top of the first. Striking early for the first time this season against the Chukars. But the Chukars tied into the bottom of the fourth with an RBI single by Gilbert Gill. That's where we stand now as the Owls have a new pitcher in left-hander Barret Browning. Number 33, wheeling and dealing the first ball to Luis Castillo, the cleanup hitter for the Chukars, low inside with a fastball. 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and this one's hit into right center. Going over is Pettit over Sales. Who wants it? Pettit, the center fielder, is there. He's got it. And there's one man out. Castillo now 0 for 3 with a couple of flyouts. Browning, good fastball. He'll throw it consistently around 89 to 92. Hard slider and a pretty good changeup for the left-hander, who's now facing Joe Dickerson, who walked and lined out off Trevor Bell, the starter of this one for the Owls. Fastball over the inside corner, so close the book on Bell. 5 strong innings once again from the right hitter, giving up just 1 run. 4 hits, walking 2, and striking out 2. And once again, Bell has done what this Owls club has asked of him. Just throw strikes, trust your defense, and keep the team in the ball game, and he's done that all 4 starts. This one's low and outside. In fact, it bounces outside of the plate and over the glove of catcher Ricky Bambino into the screen. A 1-2 count. Barret firing to Dickerson. Here we go, the 1-2 pitch. Grounded weakly to the right side. Nieves charges. He's got it. Flip side arm to Schenkel for out number 2, 4-3. On the put out, 2 men out, nobody on. And the batter will be Brendan Herrera. Take a look at Barret Browning's last outing. It was against Idaho Falls on the 1st of July, the first game that we played him. He went 2 innings, didn't give up any hits or runs. He did walk 2 and struck out 1, and he actually got the victory in that ball game, his first decision of the year, as he throws an off-speed pitch by the third baseman for the Chukars, Herrera, 0-1. Recovering from that second start he made where he gave up 3 runs, all earned, in just that one inning against Ogden back on the 23rd. But with a couple of good appearances the last two times out against Ogden and Idaho Falls respectively, he's dropped the ERA down to 5.06. Here comes the 0-2. Throws the breaking ball, but just getting a piece of it to stay alive is Herrera. We'll get Browning a new white circular thing. He's on the mound. He's working quickly, and now calling time is Joel Hospotkin, stopping Barret Browning in the middle of his windup. And that wasn't Herrera, the batter, who called time. Hospotkin called that one himself. He wasn't set. The 0-2 coming line, but right at Doug Reinhardt at third base. Reinhardt did a good job of squatting down to his knees and making the catch. And 1, 2, 3 they go. Browning works a perfect 6. We need a run. We're still tied. Looking to take the lead going into the 7th. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Barber Brothers Mitsubishi in Orem offers the finest new and pre-owned vehicles at unbeatable prices. If you want to roam over the Wasatch Front with power and style, you can choose from the Outlander, Montero, or the Endeavor, 3 sporty and roomy SUVs. Or how about a convertible for the hot Orem summer? The new 2006 Eclipse Spider is the top of the heap in style, class, and luxury. To get away from the ordinary, stop by and at least test drive a Barber Brothers Mitsubishi today. Barber Brothers, West University in Orem.
Jake Burns here for Utah Community Credit Union.
Jake, what are you doing?
Well, Deb, it's UCCU's 50th anniversary, and I want to let people know we're celebrating.
But when you're home, could you tone it down a little bit?
I can't tone down the excitement for UCCU's special rate on auto and home equity loans.
I know you're excited.
Did you know that UCCU is offering a fixed-rate auto loan as low as 5.95%?
Yes, it's just that while we're eating.
Or a fixed home equity loan also as low as 5.95%?
Can't we eat dinner without all this?
Loans as low as 5.95%, and no closing fees. Deb, no fees.
But didn't you...
But you have to act now. Rates are going up July 1st.
Jake, where are you going?
I'm calling UCCU right now to lock in this fabulous rate.
But didn't you call them this morning and last night?
Maybe.
Give Utah Community Credit Union a call right now at 223-8188 to sign up and lock in this special low rate. That's 223-8188. Available on approved credit. Equal housing lender, member NCUA. If you live, work, or attend school in Utah, Wasatch, or Juab County, you can join. Utah Community Credit Union. What does it mean to you?
We're going to the 7th. P.J. Phillips, Scott Kanazik, and Tyler Johnson, 2, 3, 4 in the Owlz orders. And just about time for the University of Phoenix trivia question, which we will get to you in just a minute. The number to call, 801-310-9932 for your chance to win 2 free ticket vouchers to any Owlz home game. A new pitcher for the Chukars here in the 7th as we're tied at 1-1. It's a left-hander, number 44, Burke Baldwin. And fouling the first pitch he sees from Burkhoff is P.J. Phillips, who's singled in 3 trips to the plate. 0-1. Burke, a lefty from Naperville, Illinois. Played at Elgin Community College, was drafted this year in 2006 in the 21st round. A big left-hander, 6'5", 215. And here comes his 0-1 to Phillips outside. Outstanding junior college career for Burke Baldwin, posting a 1.76 ERA at Elgin Community College. As we'll pause for the 1-1, which misses upstairs 2-1. 91 strikeouts, 25 walks, and 71 2/3 innings pitched. Second team all-conference, looking at the wrong line here. 2-1 coming, swinging a miss, 2-2. 2006 NJCAA, first team All-American, the Junior College Association, first team All-American for Burke Baldwin. The 2-2 coming, and that one's a called strike 3 over the outside corner. And down goes Phillips for the second time tonight, and Baldwin, his first batter he faces, he Ks.
Designated hitter Scott Kanazik.
Still going after the baseball trivia question sponsored by the University of Phoenix that we will get to you momentarily. Again, the number to call, 801-310-9932. The batter, Scott Kanazik, whose father actually answered the trivia question correctly last night, and then so generously donated the tickets to needy children in Orem. An 0-1 count on Kanazik as he comes up empty. He tripled back in the first and scored the game's only run. The Owls' only run. The Chukars outscored one. We're at 1-1 here in the seventh. Fouling that one back is Kanazik, 0-2. And Burke Baldwin, the hard-throwing lefty, firing good fastballs here in his first inning of work. The 0-2. Another fastball. This one misses outside, 1-2. Behind Kanazik, the cleanup hitter, Johnson. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside. Last night we gave you a question about the All-Star game just because it's coming up in the major leagues. Tonight I just want to give one out of the blue. As this one's coming, it's fouled back and over our heads, 2-2. What team won both the 1992 and 1993 World Series titles? And I'm asking that just because in 92 they beat my favorite team, and I'll give you a hint, they're struggling big time this year. This one swinging and missing, coming up empty is Scott Kanazik down on strikes. So what team won the 92 and 93 World Series? If you know the answer, call us at 801-310-9932, 801-310-9932 for your chance to win 2 free tickets to any Owls home game. 2 men down on 2 strikeouts from Burke Baldwin, and the batter Tyler Johnson walked in the first, lined out, and has been plunked by a pitch. First pitch coming to him, and he pops it up to the right side. Giving chase is Castillo, the first baseman. Does he have room towards the fence? Yes, he does. A foul ball pop out for Johnson. Call and give us the answer to tonight's University of Phoenix trivia question. 92 and 93 World Series champs. Who was it? 801-310-9932. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Tied at 1. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. That's exactly what people have come to expect from Buchanan Access Systems. We have years of experience in security access control systems. We have the right automatic gate, card reader, or keypad to fit your needs. Whether you're looking for sales or service, for that little extra, contact Buchanan Access Systems. Find us in your yellow pages. Buchanan Access Systems, securing homes and businesses for a better future.
Advanced Dental Care is your center of cosmetic and laser dentistry. Advanced Dental Care is where Drs. Michael and David Bennett specialize in the latest state-of-the-art procedures. With single-visit crown restoration, tooth-colored fillings, and the new Zoom 2 teeth whitening system, they bring tomorrow's dentistry today. Call for your appointment today at 375-1414.
Dr. Mike?
In baseball, the American dream is to make it to the big show and become a pro. Another American dream is to become a homeowner. It's easy. Give the pros at American Dream Mortgage a call. Whether it's your first home or just moving up to fit the family, American Dream Mortgage can get you into the game. Ask about debt consolidation plans, great rates, and low closing costs. Step up to the plate and call American Dream Mortgage at 227-5061. That's 227-5061. Hit a home run and start living the American dream.
Here we go to the bottom of the seventh. Barret Browning firing at his second inning of work. In relief of Owlz starter Trevor Bell, who pitched 5 strong but does not stand to be the winner or the loser. He will get a no decision in tonight's ball game. The 2-0 from Barret is low. 3-0 now to Odie Gonzalez, the right fielder. He'll lead it off. Gilbert Gill and Todd Baldiff behind him. 7, 8, 9 in the Chucker order. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That one's a called strike over the outside corner. We have a winner in tonight's University of Phoenix trivia question. Harold Marshall of Price answered it correctly as down to first goes Odie Gonzalez. He walked. Harold Marshall of Price will win 2 free tickets to any Owls home game. He called 801-310-9932 and answered correctly that the winner of the 92 and 93 World Series was from north of the border, the old Toronto Blue Jays, winning at 92 against the Atlanta Braves in 6 games and then beating the Phillies in 6 games the year following. This is a bunt back to the mound. Browning's only played at first. A successful sacrifice bunt for Gilbert Gill in the lead run. Odie Gonzalez is at second base in scoring position. The batter will be catcher Todd Baldoff. University of Phoenix, they're bringing you the trivia question all season long. Want to remind you that your education is important and you can continue it easily no matter what your age. They've got the most extensive online library for higher learning in Utah. 5 Utah locations to provide you with convenient class times, flexible for any schedule. Visit them at phoenix.edu/Utah tonight. Pitch squirts by the catcher Bambino, but he regathers it quickly before Gonzalez can advance to third. So now a 1-0 count on Baldoff, the catcher. Baldoff from Dublin, Ohio, played for Kent State out there in the Buckeye State. The 1-0 coming, he fouls it back, 1-1. Played a full 4 years at Kent State, did this catcher, first team All-Mid-American Conference. As a senior, hitting .328, 9 dingers, 56 RBIs, 56 RBIs in 50 games. Not bad numbers there at Kent State for the catcher, Todd Baldoff. He's awaiting a 1-1 from Browning. It's coming. It's low. It's 2-1. And he's batting right-handed now as the switch-hitting catcher. That's very rare to see a switch-hitting catcher, but Baldoff is one of those rare gems. So Barret throwing from the left side. He's batting right and awaiting Barrett's 2-1 pitch. It's coming. It's grounded to the left side. Phillips has it. The runner won't be able to advance from second. Fires across the diamond. Good stretch by Schenkel as that one was thrown down the line and almost by Schenkel. He had to do a full extension and use every inch of that first baseman's mitt. But he got it. So 6-3 on the putout. Baldoff's retired. As I said, Gonzalez not being able to advance on the hard-hit grounder to short. He was kept at bay right there at second base. The batter will be Brett Bigler. Singled back in the third. He's 1 for 3. Lefty-lefty matchup. Barret checking his runner at second and coming home. Low and in, 1-0. Come on, Barret, let's get out of this. And we still need to give away the Jack and Jill Bowling strikeout of the game. The Owls have left 9 men on base. So we could have the lead of this ball game, but haven't been able to scratch anything more across. The 1-0 coming, a called strike, good breaking ball from Browning. There's that slider, 1-1. Browning's going to strike him out here. He is. He's going to strike him out, and we're going to give away the Jack and Jill Bowling strikeout of the game. I'm feeling lucky. Here's the 1-1 to Bigler. Crowded weakly to the left side, but in the hole deep is Phillips. He's going to have to fire it. He's not going to get the man at first base. And now they've got the runner going from third at the home into a rundown. Reinhardt fields it, throws it to the catcher Bambino, who applies the tag as number 9, Odie Gonzalez, tries to plow him over and score, caught in the rundown. But we got him. Bambino holds on to the baseball. Gonzalez can't plow him over, and the Owls get lucky and get out of that. A crazy play there to end it. It was a weak grounder into the hole in between the shortstop Phillips and the third baseman Reinhardt. Phillips backhanded it, threw to first, but late, and Bigler was on there with a hit. But then rounding third was the runner Gonzalez, and he tripped before going back, and Schenkel, the first baseman, heads-up play, noticed it. Threw to Reinhardt at third. We got him in a rundown. Reinhardt threw to Bambino, applied the tag, and the Owls are out of it. Good job by Schenkel there to recognize that. And they leave a runner on, and the runner gets caught trying to score. 1-1 after 7. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Barret Brothers Mitsubishi in Orem offers the finest new and pre-owned vehicles at unbeatable prices. If you want to roam over the Wasatch Front with power and style, you can choose from the Outlander, Montero, or the Endeavor, 3 sporty and roomy SUVs. Or how about a convertible for the hot Orem summer? The new 2006 Eclipse Spider is the top of the heap in style, class, and luxury. To get away from the ordinary, stop by and at least test drive a Barret Brothers Mitsubishi today. Barret Brothers, West University in Orem. Dumbbells Gym, a locally owned workout facility in Payson with the cheapest prices along the Wasatch Front, has recently launched a new website, vitaminsfordummies.com. Vitaminsfordummies.com is home to over 10,000, yes, 10,000 health products and workout supplements at simply unbeatable prices, delivered right to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave your home. That's Vitamins for Dummies, D-U-M-M-Y-S. Vitamins for Dummies, a product of Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Log on today. Hi, this is Owlz broadcaster Brandon Gaudin. To get rid of our remaining commercial airtime, we are selling our final spots for as little as $15 a piece. For just $15, your company can reach everyone in Utah County on 960 AM. Call 377-BALL and ask for Media Relations to schedule your commercial airtime today. Or you can email radio@oremowls.com. That's 377-BALL, 377-2255, or radio@oremowls.com.
A 2-0 count on Chris Pettit leading off the 8th inning. Here comes the pitch, and this one's grounded to short on 3 hops, but right through the legs of Gill. And reaching is Chris Pettit on what should have been an easy 6-3 putout. But Gill just lifted up before that slow roller on 3 bounces got to him. We'll take it. We've got a base runner here, and it's tied, so we're looking to get a run across the board. We've already left 9 men on tonight. Have your Orem Owls. Third baseman Brennan Herrera in front, a couple of steps to the third base bag, anticipating a Doug Reinhardt bunt. Here comes the pitch. Indeed, Reinhardt scoring the bunt. But first, Baldwin, the left-hander facing Pettit, the runner at first, is going to toss over there. Nothing doing. Back easy is Pettit. So probably a definite bunt situation. Reinhardt is squaring. And here comes the pitch, and now he pulls it back and swings and misses. He pulled it back. His hands were really high on the handle of the bat after he pulled it back and adjusted to get good grip. Swung at a fastball from Baldwin and came up empty. So now it's 0-1. We'll see how we play it here. And trying to check the runner back at first, and he balked. So a break there for the Owls. We don't even need the bunt to move him to second. Baldwin started his movement towards the plate and then tried to throw over to first base. He actually didn't even throw the ball, though. And base umpire Jason Kamitsky calls a balk, and down to second goes Chris Pettit, and a big break for the Owls. A runner in scoring position and nobody out. And retrieving back behind home plate is Todd Baldiff, the catcher, after having a word with Baldwin, his hurler. Baldwin, his hurler, on the mound. So now the situation is the runner at second, and still a bunt situation here for Reinhardt to try and get that runner over. Castillo at first, Herrera at third, in anticipating the bunt. Reinhardt not showing it, and the fastball misses in, 1-1. Reinhardt with 2 ground outs to the shortstop, Gill, and he walked back in the first. Baldwin comes set, checks Pettit, here's the pitch. That fastball also inside, 2-1. Reinhardt 2 for 18 on the season with 4 walks, still searching for his first RBI on the year. A chance to get that here. The 2-1 coming home now, swing and a miss. Lazy swing at a high fastball, and he came up empty, did Reinhardt, 2-2. So now an even count with nobody out. Pettit standing down at second base. Baldwin coming set. Here comes the pitch. Grounded to the shortstop, Gill again. He's up and across and getting Reinhardt. The good news is it works like a bunt to move the runner over to third because it was hit slowly. That is the 3rd time that Reinhardt has done that. And it hasn't been a bad thing because on all 3 times he's moved the runner up 90 feet. But it's just 3 weak groundouts to short for Reinhardt, but he got the job done to get the runner over. So now the go-ahead run 90 feet away, and it's going to force this Chukars defense in on the edge of the dirt and grass. And swinging at a high outside fastball. Bad pitch to swing at there by Ricky Bambino. He comes up empty, 0-1. He's also come up empty so far today, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And he's also still searching for his first RBI of the season. Missing and late at a Baldwin fastball is Bambino, 0-2. Schenkel on deck. Schenkel has singled in 3 trips today. Castillo, Maddox, Gill, Herrera in where the grass meets the dirt to prevent the run. The 0-2. This one's hit into center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Bambino gets his first RBI of the season. And on an 0-2 pitch, a very clutch hit by Ricky Bambino. A soft liner into center. It drops in front of Dickerson out there, the center fielder for the Chukars. And how about that? Pettit in from third, and the Owls have a 2-1 lead. Here in the top of inning number 8. And one man out, and Bambino at first. He gets the job done. Clutch, 2-strike hitting there. And Baldwin going to try and regroup against Schenkel. Inside, 1-0. The transaction update is all clear by the Bank of American Fork. No new players coming to the Owls and nobody being shipped away. The 1-0 pitch. This one's hit into straightaway center field. Going back a couple of steps is Dickerson, but he's got it. And lining out is Schenkel for the second time to the center fielder Dickerson. Schenkel's hit it hard 4 times today, getting only 1 hit for his performance, though. But really putting the bat on the ball is the first baseman, Schenkel. But he's retired. Bambino's still at first now. There are 2 men out, and the batter is Darryl Sales. Singled in 3 trips. He's walked as well. But the Owls have scratched the go-ahead run across the board here in the 8th. Fouling that one off the end of the bat to the screen is Sales, 0-1. Are you a first-time home buyer? Are you looking to refinance? The Bank of American Fork has lending options for your every need, and they make the lending process fast, easy, and inexpensive. Call the Bank of American Fork, big city banking, small town service. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Transaction update all clear for the Bank of American Fork. The 1-1 pitch coming to Sales, foul back to the screen, 1-2. Still haven't given away that Jack and Joe bowling, have we? Need a good strikeout here in the 8th or 9th, but we're setting up for a clutch down the stretch finish, so hopefully we'll be able to get it. Sales awaiting the 1-2. Here it comes. That one's inside. Breaking ball that actually broke late. Started out over the plate, broke late, and almost hit the back of the right knee of Darryl Sales. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Again, fouled back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces Rollum, the batter, the 9th man in the order, Darryl Sales, the right fielder. Tonight for the Owls, usually the left fielder. The runner at first, Ricky Bambino, who got the RBI single. And now they're going to check him back at first. And Baldwin, who had the balk earlier, the costly balk to move Chris Pettit into scoring position, has to be careful. Kind of tricky. He's almost moving towards home before his, going for the pickoff move to first. His breaking ball misses outside, and the count is now full to Darryl Sales. Sales' parents, as always, listening with us in California. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast. Mother Stephanie was in town a couple of games ago, and unfortunately, Sales comes up empty on a fastball, high fastball that he offered at from Baldwin. Swinging and missing for his first strikeout on the night. But Ricky Bambino's hit up the middle, an RBI single that brings in Chris Pettit and gives the Owls a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Does it seem like, with all you have to do around the house during the summer, that the season is over before you even get a chance to enjoy it? Well, if painting is on your to-do list, call Seeley Painting and Drywall. You'll be impressed with professionalism and their price. Save time and money this season by calling Seeley Painting and Drywall at 801-687-2115. See them in the Dex Quest phone book. Seeley Painting and Drywall. No one ever asked who your plumber was, but they always ask who the painter is.
Are you looking for a special place to take that special somebody to dinner? Then head to Wallaby's Smokehouse. Wallaby's features mouth-watering brisket made fresh daily, pulled pork, and smoked turkey. And you won't want to miss what's new for dessert. Wallaby's Smokehouse. Family-owned, family-operated, and family-friendly. So bring the whole gang by. Wallaby's is located at 131 South State Street. You can also call ahead for takeout at 785-4447. Wallaby's, where you want to be.
Advanced Dental Care is your center of cosmetic and laser dentistry. Advanced Dental Care is where Doctors Michael and David Bennett specialize in the latest state-of-the-art procedures. With single-visit crown restoration, tooth-colored fillings, and the new Zoom 2 teeth whitening system, they bring tomorrow's dentistry today. Call for your appointment today at 375-1414.
Doctors Michael and David Bennett are the official team dentists and proud sponsors of Orem Owlz Baseball.
No sleep till!
Bottom of the eighth, Owlz having a 2-1 lead. Maddox, Turner, Castillo, 2-3-4 due up the scheduled hitters here for the Chukars of Idaho Falls. We're at their place for the second game of the third game tomorrow night at 7:15. Barret Browning firing a 1-0 pitch that catches the outside corner. Good fastball, even now at 1-1 to Maddox, who doubled in the first, walked in the third, and grounded out to Nieves in the fifth. Swing and a miss. Barret took something off that one. Maddox out in front, 1-2. Time for the Riverwoods urgent care injury update. Sean O'Sullivan, the third starter in this rotation, had some shoulder soreness after his last outing. 1-2 coming, fouled back. We'll do it again. They're hoping that he will not miss the start, so he should be good and ready to go for Casper, the first game against Casper the day after tomorrow. The 1-2 pitch coming, fouling it off, barely off the end of the bat to stay alive is Maddox. So, just slight shoulder soreness for Sean O'Sullivan, but no big problem. Should be good and set, ready to go for his next start. And then Pellegrini has started his throwing program. We're hoping to have him back by the 11th or 12th of July when we get back home. 1-2, tried the slider, missed outside, 2-2 now. And of course, Julio Perez, still no definite timetable on his return, out with a broken wrist. From the line, the 2-2 for Barret, hit up the middle, but the second baseman Abel Nieves backhands it, but he fires high to Schenkel at first base. It'll be a throwing error, and they've got the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the eighth. E4 is the call. Nieves up the middle, but he got to it in plenty of time to backhand it. Had to fire pretty quickly to get Maddox, who has good speed. But if the throw is accurate, he has him. It was thrown high. Schenkel had to jump to get it. And the third error of the ball game for the Owls has put their leadoff runner on here in the eighth. And now, Browning throwing low to Turner, 1-0. Riverwoods Urgent Care, open noon to midnight, 7 days a week. They do it all, folks. Caustic colds, fractures, lacerations. If you are sick, they're quick. No appointment at all necessary. Visit them at 280 West River Park Drive in Provo, right by the shops at Riverwoods. 280 West River Park Drive, 7 days a week. Riverwoods Urgent Care. Barret now has a 2-0 count on Turner. He's firing, and this one's hit down the right field line. Sales going back, and that one's going to go over his head, off the wall. But they're going to hold the runner. Sales did a good job of getting the ball in. So they hold Turner to a long, hard single. And Maddox gets to third base, so he doesn't score. So we're still clinging to the 2-1 lead. The Owls have action in that bullpen. It's all the way down that right field line. Can't make out who's warming up from here, but a couple of righties working. And manager Tom Kochman is indeed, as I say that, going to come out and make the change, and that's going to be all she wrote for Browning. We're also going to have a pinch runner at first. We'll tell you all about the changes when we get back. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Hey, Van, do you have lights flickering in your home, outlets not working, fuse boxes making sizzling noises, or breakers that won't reset? Don't just call an electrician. Call Any Hour Electric. We offer modest, straightforward pricing and extended hours for your convenience. All our work is 100% guaranteed. In fact, if your problem comes back, so do we, free of charge, serving all of Utah and Salt Lake counties. Find Any Hour Electric in your Yellow Pages and online at anyhourelectric.com.
Any Hour Electric, where your problem is now our problem.
Dumbbells Gym, a locally owned workout facility in Payson with the cheapest prices along the Wasatch Front, has recently launched a new website, vitaminsfordummies.com. Vitaminsfordummies.com is home to over 10,000, yes, 10,000 health products and workout supplements at simply unbeatable prices, delivered right to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave your home. That's Vitamins for Dummies, DUMMYS. Vitamins for Dummies, a product of Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Log on today.
With energy costs soaring higher than an Owlz homer, it's important that your cooling system is working at peak performance. So call Triple T Heating and Cooling. We feature service and repairs on all makes and models of heating and cooling systems. And come winter, we can set you up with a warm, energy-efficient gas fireplace. Serving all of Utah County, visit our showroom at 1550 North Main in Spanish Fork or log on to TripleTHeating.com. Triple T Heating and Cooling. Comfort from our family to yours for over 32 years.
Idaho Falls fans getting into the action. We're at the bottom of the eighth, and we lead it 2-1 after getting the RBI single by Bambino at the top of the inning, but we're in trouble. There's runners at the corners and nobody out after the long single off the bat of Turner that moved Maddox to third. Turner has been pitch ran for. Albie Morrell, the speedy guy, in now at first base, and the new hurler for the Orem Owls is number 34, Felipe Arredondo. Arredondo has pitched 10 innings on the season, given up just 4 hits and no runs, and 14 strikeouts in those 10 innings. He does the old third to first pickoff move that works once out of maybe every 3,422 times, and it doesn't work here. He's set and firing his first pitch. It's that nasty slider, but it doesn't break enough. It stays inside. 1-0 to Luis Castillo. The dangerous Castillo, second in the league in on-base percentage. Also second in the league in RBIs with 13, and a chance to get another one here. He's 0 for 3 today as Castillo. Arredondo looks in. And now doing the old third to first, nothing doing once again, and the crowd getting restless. He came in the other night at Ogden with the bases loaded and struck out the side to get out of that one and get the Owls a win. The 1-0 slider misses inside, 2-0. And then he pitched on the second game against Idaho Falls at home, going 2 innings, giving up just 1 hit and striking out 3. He has been dominant so far this season. We need him here. The 2-0 pitch. That's a fastball into right field, a base hit, ball game tied. Oh, geez. Went away from his bread and butter, which is the slider. Castillo went with an outside fastball, knocked it into right field, and we are tied, and we're not out of the woods by any stretch of the old imagination. Runners at first and second, and nobody out, in the batter, Joe Dickerson, the center fielder. 0 for 2 with a walk. And looking back to those first 5 innings where we left 9 men on base and couldn't put any more across. Squaring the bunt is Dickerson, and he fouls an Arredondo fastball back off the bunt, 0-1. So the pinch runner, Albie Morrell, the speedy guy, now out at second base with good legs. Castillo at first. A run in the top of the 8th for the Owls, but getting it right back here in the bottom half, Idaho Falls. 2-2. You're listening to Orem Owls Baseball on AM 960 KOVO Provo. Thank you for joining us. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fouling it down the right side, 0-2 now. Couple of straight fastballs there from Arredondo, who usually works off that slider, as I was saying just a second ago. And the 0-2 pitch. There's the slider. Called strike 3. Down goes Dickerson. So 1 strikeout here. We're going to hold off on the Jack and Joe Bowling strikeout of the game, though, because I'm feeling another one. So now there's 1 man out. The runner's at first and second. The batter now, Brennan Herrera, yesterday's hero. There's the slider. Called strike over the outside corner. Today, however, he hasn't been as heroic. He's 0 for 3 with a pair of lineouts. But 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs yesterday for this batter. Checking the runner back at second is Arredondo. Nothing doing. Morrell sliding back in easily. Arredondo also has a very good changeup. Throws the slider there, and coming up empty is Herrera, 0-2. Come on, Arredondo. Coming set. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's the slider, but that one's a few feet outside. Sliding over to grab it is the catcher, Ricky Bambino. And now a 1-2 count. This crowd trying to put their Idaho Falls club ahead and get their 3rd consecutive win against the Owls. Another slider. Another one that's a few feet outside, and another good job by Ricky Bambino to keep that one from going to the backstop. Arredondo gets a new baseball since that one hit the dirt. He's come set on the rubber. Runners off first and second. Here comes the pitch. It's the slider. Called strike 3 over the outside corner. And we will make that the Jack and Jill Bowling strikeout of the game. Go to Jack and Jill Lanes at American Fork. Tell them you heard this strikeout in the 8th inning of today's game, and you will receive a free game with the purchase of another. Valid all summer long except for Thunder Alley. Jack and Jill Bowling, simply the best bowling around. The slider again from Arredondo is outside this time, though, to Gonzalez. Odie Gonzalez, who's 1 for 2 with a walk. The go-ahead run still out at second base, and Arredondo trying to get out of this. There's the fastball grounded to the third baseman, Reinhardt. He's right there, steps on third for the force. Arredondo does give up the single that scores the run. That run will be credited to Barret Browning. Outside of that, he did a tremendous job striking out Dickerson, Herrera, and then the ground out to Reinhardt to end it. So we're not at going to the 9th. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Dumbbells Gym, a locally owned workout facility in Payson with the cheapest prices along the Wasatch Front, has recently launched a new website, vitaminsfordummies.com. Vitaminsfordummies.com is home to over 10,000, yes, 10,000 health products and workout supplements at simply unbeatable prices, delivered right to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave your home. That's Vitamins for Dummies, DUMMYS. Vitamins for Dummies, a product of Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Log on today.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Owlz baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Are you looking for a special place to take that special somebody to dinner? Then head to Wallaby's Smokehouse. Wallaby's features mouth-watering brisket made fresh daily, pulled pork, and smoked turkey. And you won't want to miss what's new for dessert. Wallaby's Smokehouse. Family-owned, family-operated, and family-friendly. So bring the whole gang by. Wallaby's is located at 131 South State Street. You can also call ahead for takeout at 785-4447. Wallaby's, where you want to be.
We're going to the 9th, knotted at 2. Nieves, Phillips, Kanazik. The top of this Owlz order, hopefully going to break this tie. Fouling this one back and over our heads and into the lot. Tie, give us the glance savers. Comic relief clip.
Hey, there's even a fridge!
This is great. You can put 6 packs of soda in here, milk, yogurt. You can put candy bars in the freezer.
Oh, Tommy boy. An 0-2 count now on Abel Nieves, so we'll keep it here. The pitch is outside, 1-2 now to the leadoff hitter. Glass Savers, providing all your comic relief clips. There in Linden. Go and see them for all of your auto glass needs. Baldwin going for the wind to the pitch. That one's low, misses. Nieves now has worked the count even, 2-2. They traded runs last inning to the Owlz and Chukars. The Owlz led it 1-0 after scoring in the first. The Chukars evened it in the fourth. That one's outside, 3-2. We'll take a leadoff walk. Pioneer League scoreboard update sponsored by Same Day Electric. Great Falls and Helena also tied going into the ninth. Their game is 4-4. Missoula and Billings delayed due to rain in the third. The 3-2 coming. Inside and high, he walked it. There's a start to the ninth. Nieves' first free pass of the evening. He'll be at first, and the batter will be P.J. Phillips.
Shortstop.
The other game, Ogden all over Casper, 15-7, making up for the last two nights' losses there to Casper. Ogden all over them, 15-7 the score in the seventh inning. And that is your Same Day Electric, lighting up the Pioneer League scoreboard segment. First pitch swinging is Phillips, but it's fouled to the right side, 0-1. Same Day Electric is proud to support Owlz baseball. A lot of do-it-yourself projects around the house. Electrical just shouldn't be one of them. Call Same Day Electric. 377-SAME. Let them handle it for you. Phillips scoring to bunt, laying that one down foul, and now it's 0-2. And if you bunt foul on 0-2, you're out of there. So probably not going to be trying to turn and square and lay one down here as Phillips. But we'll see. The runner at first, Nieves. Phillips has struck out twice. He had a single back in the fourth. He's 1 for 4. The left-hander, Baldwin, comes set. Firing to the right-hander, Phillips. He is scoring to bunt, and he lays it down this time. He trips running to first base, and he's retired, but he got the job done. Phillips did the job, but it just kind of looked funny because he just fell straight over as soon as he laid that bunt down. I guess he must have tripped down there at home plate, maybe on the catcher who was popping out of the crouch to go get the ball. He may have gotten tangled up on his feet and fell straight over. Anyways, Phillips is retired, but a good job by him to lay down the sac bunt. Credit Phillips. He gets the runner into scoring position. Here's the pitch to Kanazik. This one's hit in the air on the infield. That's not going to help. The first baseman, Luis Castillo, squeezes it, and there are 2 men out. So Kanazik popping up the first fastball that he sees from Baldwin. So now there are 2 men out. The runner Nieves in scoring position, and we need a very, very clutch hit. Tyler Johnson will be the batter. The cleanup hitter who is 0 for 2 today. He's walked, and for the second straight game, he's gotten hit by a pitch. He'll be facing Baldwin here with Nieves at second. In a tie ball game at 2-2 in the top of the ninth. Owlz needing to get back in the win column, and they're going to give Johnson the intentional pass. Putting that big right hand out and calling for the outside pitch is Todd Baldiff, the catcher. So they'll put Johnson on, and who will they face? They will face Chris Pettit. Pettit has also been flunked by a pitch, and he had one of the 2 RBI hits for the Owlz. He got him on the board back in the first with that RBI spank to left field that brought in Scott Kanazik to give at the time the Owlz a 1-0 lead. There's the fourth outside pitch to Johnson. He goes down to first on the intentional walk. And they'll choose to pitch to Chris Pettit, the 5th batter in the order, playing center field tonight, usually the left fielder. And we could use another RBI single from him. He is a right-hander and the left-handed pitcher, so a favorable matchup for the right-handed hitter, Pettit. Nieves on second, now Johnson at first. 2-2 in the top of the ninth. There are 2 men out. And here comes the first pitch. Breaking ball, caught the outside corner, 0-1. Pettit taking a practice swing outside of the batter's box. Digging the right foot in, left foot follows, he's set. Baldwin's ready. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one misses low and in, 1-1. 2:41 coming into the game for Pettit with the RBI. He now has 7 on the season. Tied for second on the team in that category. Or tied for third. Abel Nieves second with 8. The man standing on second base. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. This one's hit high into center field. Dickerson is there in middle range center field, but he lost it. He lost it in the lights, and it falls. 1 run is in. Johnson's going to score. To third goes Pettit, and the Owls have a 4-2 lead. Dickerson was right under the fly ball. He had been there for quite some time. It was just hit a ton straight up into the air, into the night sky here in Idaho Falls. Was just camped under it, looked cool, calm, and collective, and all of a sudden, at the last second, you see him backpedaling, and it dropped about 3 feet over his head. He didn't touch it, so it's going to fall for a triple. A 2-run triple by Chris Pettit, and the Owls lead it 4-2. And the batter's Doug Reinhardt. A foul ball down the third base line, and wow, what a break for Pettit and these Owls. But right now, at this point, we will take it. And we lead it 4-2. Wow. Dickerson just looked like he was set. He's been standing there forever as the 0-1 is fouled back to the screen. And then at the very, very last second, you see him panic and turn and retreat, and the ball dropped over his head. Pettit running hard all the way, got a triple out of it. Both runs score. 4-2. And here comes the 0-2 pitch to Reinhardt. That one's outside and high, 1-2. And now we'll have Arredondo, I would assume, coming back out to close the door in the ninth. That's always a good sign. Baldwin, the 1-2 to Reinhardt. He swings and misses at a high fastball, so Reinhardt is out of there on strikes, but the Owls get a break. Pettit drops in a triple over the head of Dickerson, who misplayed the fly ball, and the Owls have a 4-2 lead. Come back with us. We're going to close the door and get back in the win column. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
Get every day off to a great start with the Daily Herald, Utah County's #1 newspaper. The Herald has you covered in every area, from local to world news and sports to classifieds. The Daily Herald has the most comprehensive and in-depth newspaper around. And of course, in addition to receiving the paper right to your door, you can also visit the Daily Herald online at hearttheherald.com. The Daily Herald, your town, your neighbors, your newspaper.
Jake Burns here for Utah Community Credit Union.
Jake, what are you doing?
Well, Deb, it's UCCU's 50th anniversary, and I want to let people know we're celebrating.
But when you're home, could you tone it down a little bit?
I can't tone down the excitement for UCCU's special rate on auto and home equity loans.
I know you're excited.
Did you know that UCCU is offering a fixed-rate auto loan as low as 5.95%?
Yes, it's just that while we're eating.
Or a fixed home equity loan also as low as 5.95%?
Can't we eat dinner without all this?
Loans as low as 5.95%. And no closing fees. Deb, no fees.
But didn't you...
But you have to act now. Rates are going up July 1st.
Jake, where are you going?
I'm calling UCCU right now to lock in this fabulous rate.
But didn't you call them this morning and last night?
Maybe.
Give Utah Community Credit Union a call right now at 223-8188 to sign up and lock in this special low rate. That's 223-8188. Available on approved credit. Equal housing lender, member NCUA. If you live, work, or attend school in Utah, Wasatch, or Juab County, you can join. Utah Community Credit Union. What does it mean to you?
Arredondo's first pitch here in the bottom of the ninth is a called strike as Gilbert Gill, the 8th man in the order, squares to bunt. Stabs at it but misses it. It'll be 8-9-1. Gill, Baldup, and Bigler. The Owls trying to close the door here, leading it 4-2. Here comes the 0-1 from Arredondo. There's that nasty slider. And with an extra emphasis on nasty. Swinging and coming up empty is Gill, 0-2. And I've said it before. I'll probably say it again. It is a treat to sit straight behind Arredondo and watch this slider break, especially to these right-handed hitters. The 0-2 pitch coming. That one misses outside, 1-2. But most of these right-handed hitters usually take their front foot and step out into the bucket, shocked when the slider just breaks at the last second across the plate. Here comes the 1-2. There it is. Down he goes. Gill is gone on swinging and missing at the Arredondo slider. And there's one man out here in the bottom of the ninth. It was 1-1 going to the top of the eighth. Bambino got the RBI single with 2 men out and 2 strikes to give the Owls a 2-1 lead. Then the Chukars would even it in the bottom half with an RBI single of their own. Arredondo throwing a fastball this time. It's in there at the knees, 0-1 to Balda. And then the break in the top of the ninth. 0-1 pitch. Outside 1-1. Dickerson, their center fielder, losing the pop fly off the bat of Pettit in the lights. It fell, 2 runs scored, and that's where we stand now. The slider from Arredondo right in there for strike number 2, 1-2. Behind Baldiff will be Bigler, who has singled twice today. Arredondo, the wind, the 1-2. Oh, just a little low, I guess. Will look good from here, but Hospatka calls it ball 2, and we're even on the count. Al's trying to even the series. They have the 2-2 pitch coming. That one hit him. Or no, are they going to say it hit the bat? No, it hit the batter. John Baldiff will take the trot down to first. Hospatka, the umpire, was shaking his head for a second, thought maybe motioning that hit the bat instead of the arm of Baldiff, but it is a hit by pitch. So that slider slid a little bit too far inside to the left-handed switch-hander. Hitter Baldiff batting from the left side. He's down at first base now, so we're not out of this yet with 1 man out. Here's Brett Bigler. Arredondo's pitch. Slider low, 1-0. Bigler, I told you, 2 for 4 with 2 hits. A single in the 3rd and the 7th. Arredondo. That slider's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 9th. You're listening to Orem Owls Baseball on AM 960 KLV Provo, 960 The Zone. The 1-1 pitch. Another good slider, 1-2. Bigler didn't even offer at it. It broke across the plate, and Arredondo's got him in the hole. Mark Maddox on deck. Arredondo looks over his shoulder to check the runner at first, and now fires the pitch, and that's a soft liner into center field, a base hit. Good 2-out hit by Bigler. And the runners are at first and second now with 1 man out. And Mark Maddox, who doubled in the first, reached on an air in the 8th. He'll be the batter. Maddox, a good scrappy hitter from the right side, 265 on the season. Does have 10 RBIs. They have 4 of these batters that are double digits in the RBI category. First pitch slider, 0-1. There's a strike in there to Maddox. Baldiff off second. Bigler off first. Arredondo firing to Maddox. Swinging a miss at a slider. He came up empty, 0-2. Come on, Arredondo. Let's get one more here. Avi Morel, who came in to pinch run for Jace Turner, is in the on-deck circle, awaiting his first batting attempt. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Second strike of the inning, 4th already of the game for Arredondo. And there are 2 men out. And just another dramatic down-the-stretch finish. We haven't had them the last 2 nights, but they have been plentiful so far here on the 2006 campaign. 2 men out, runners at first and second, and Avi Morel batting from the left side with an open stance. This is his first plate appearance of the evening. And home plate umpire Hospatka is going to call time just to kill the anticipation and come out and dust the plate off. The fans staying on here to try and cheer on their Idaho Falls club to a comeback tie or win here in the 9th. Here comes the pitch. That one misses inside. 1-0 to Morel. Alvy's .322, 19 hits and 59 attempts on the season. And the 1-0 coming. There's a slider. Morrell didn't like it, thought it missed, but it's a called strike, 1-1. As far as hits go, this guy's right up there in the top of the league, third in the league, Morrell in hits with 19. Hopefully we're not getting another one here. The 1-1 is a called strike, 1-2. Another slider by Arredondo that Morrell didn't think was a strike. Neither did this crowd, but it's 1-2, and the Chukars are down to their last strike. And the Owls one strike away from pulling again even in the Pioneer League South with this Idaho Falls club. Here comes the 1-2. Got him swinging. Struck out the side, did Arredondo. And closes the door on the Chukars here in the ninth. They leave the runners at first and second. And the Owls win at 4-2. We'll be back with the Dumbbells Gym postgame recap on 960 AM The Zone.
Hi, this is Owlz broadcaster Brandon Gaudin. To get rid of our remaining commercial airtime, we are selling our final spots for as little as $15 a piece. For just $15, your company can reach everyone in Utah County on 960 AM. Call 377-BALL and ask for Media Relations to schedule your commercial airtime today. Or you can email radio@oremowls.com. That's 377-BALL, 377-2255, or radio@oremowls.com.
It's time to stop the new car madness. No need to buy a new one. Take care of the car you have. Bring it to AMCO today and get a transmission fluid change for a special price of $49.95. We'll also give you our external diagnostic service free. Love the car you're with. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
Participating centers only, not available for vehicles with internal transmission problems. External diagnostic service includes road test fluid and external control check. Additional charges may apply to determine costs of internal repair required. $49.95 most vehicles. Expires December 31st.
Looking to get in shape for cheap? Look no further than Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Located on South Main, Dumbbells Gym offers monthly memberships for just $20. And if you sign up for 6 months, that price drops to just $10 a month. Nobody along the Wasatch Front can match these unbeatable prices. And this isn't some corporate workout place. It's a local family-owned gym with no contracts or gimmicks whatsoever. Call Dumbbells Gym today at 465-5633 or log on to dumbbellsgym.com for more information.
Back to the Dumbbells Gym post-game recap. Dumbbells Gym has the cheapest health nutrition supplement website, Vitamins for Dummies, vitamins for DUMMYS.com. Over 10,000 products ready for online delivery right to your doorstep. Visit them online, vitaminsfordummies.com. So the Owls win it and pull back even atop the Pioneer League South. Both them and the Idaho Falls Chukars now at 10-6. Idaho Falls falling down, Orem going up to get their double-digit win total, their 10th win of the season. And once again, dramatic fashion. We got, for the first time against Idaho Falls so far this season, we got the first lead. We got a run at the top of the first, an RBI single by Chris Pettit that brought in Scott Kanazik, who had tripled off the base of the wall and right. We got him in with 2 outs, a clutch RBI single to make the score 1-0. Then in the bottom of the fourth, they got the equalizer, did the Chukars. Gilbert Gill got the RBI single, bringing in Dickerson. And it was 1-1. We would stay that way until the top of the eighth, when the Owls would get the 2-out, 2-strike RBI single by Ricky Bambino, who took an 0-2 changeup into center field, a clutch hit that scored Chris Pettit to make it 2-1. But the Chukars would answer right back in the bottom of the eighth with an RBI single of their own off the bat of Luis Castillo. And that scored Mark Maddox, and we were tied at 2-2. And it looked like it would stay that way going to the bottom of the ninth with 2 men out and 2 men on. And the batter was Chris Pettit in the top of the ninth, and he hit a high lazy fly to center field that looked like an easy, everyday routine play for Joe Dickerson. But at the last second, Dickerson lost it in the lights. It fell behind him. It was scored a triple because it never touched his glove, and the 2 runners on base came home to score to give the Owls a 4-2 lead. And Felipe Arredondo in the ninth struck out Gill, struck out Maddox, and struck out Morrell, although he did hit ball if Bigler got a single to put runners at first and second, but he struck out Gill, Maddox, and Morrell, striking out the side and ending the ball game in dramatic fashion. The Owls get the 4-2 victory and hold off another good capacity crowd here at McDermott Field. So a crucial game tomorrow to see who takes the, not only is it a crucial game because the Owls can take the lead in the Southern Division, it's crucial because we will also, with the victory tomorrow night, increase our record against these Chukars to 4-2 instead of being even. And the head-to-head matchup is always crucial in both parts of the season to determine who makes the playoffs. So a crucial game tomorrow night. Reminder, it's a 7:15 start, 7:15, not 7:05. So a 7:15 start tomorrow. We'll be with you live on 960 AM at 7:10, 10 minutes past the hour right here from McDermott Field. Ty Stark back in the studio doing a wonderful job as always, working the board for us back in the Salt Lake studio. Thank you to him. This has been the Dumbbells Gym postgame recap. The Owls win at 4-2. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Orem Owls Baseball on 960 AM The Zone. The Owls would like to thank all of their sponsors for their support. Be sure to tune in next time to catch more exciting Orem Owls Baseball live with Brandon Godden. Catch the Owls all season long right here on 960 AM The Zone. Pre-game starts at 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 4 p.m. on Sundays. For a complete game and broadcast schedule, just log on to owlsbaseball.com. Thank you and good night.